who is Mothra. What is Mothra? Why does all the world fear Mothra? They found him on an island in the remote Pacific, a monster cave creature discovered by a group of the world's leading scientists, worshipped as a god by the tiniest, loveliest women in all creation, sacred beauties of a lost tribe. See how he stands unscathed by tanks, artillery, dive bombers, rockets, all powerless against his devastating death ray. See how he eludes capture in his impenetrable cocoon, which no human force can open. See him unleash, with a single tremendous breath, the Earth's most fearsome hurricanes, wrecking trains and ships, uprooting bridges and buildings, wreaking havoc on land and sea, thrilling you, chilling you, holding you spellbound. What is the secret of Mothra? Insatiable, indestructible, indescribable. The screen's most fantastic dramatic spectacle, Mothra.
Today on Collectible Monsters, it's Mothra's Day! Happy Mother's Day, everybody. We have Donny Winter of Growing Up with Godzilla celebrating with us and bringing you and everyone else all the other Mothra madness that we're going to be talking about. History, collectibles, the movies, etc. It's happening now. Let's get going. Ikima Show! Why, hello and welcome to episode 76 and happy Mothra's Day, everybody. And welcome, of course, to not just everybody who's watching, but our special collector guest host, Donny Winter down here. Hello from Growing Up with Godzilla. Fantastic YouTube podcast. You guys should definitely be checking out. If you're not already, let me go ahead and do the old co-host shuffle here for a second. But there we go, and that is going to be our general sort of order for this episode, except for right now, because what we do every episode is we start things off with Showa and Tell, where we go to each of our individual co-hosts and ask them to show off either some cool stuff that they have in their collection that they haven't showed off before, or some new stuff that they've gotten that you haven't seen yet either. So we'll go ahead and fire up the old Showa and Tell graphic, and we'll start things off with Mr. Donny Winter. All right. Donny, thank you so much for joining us today. I can't wait to see what you're going to show and tell us about your collection.
Yeah, I am really excited to be here. Thank you all for inviting me into your space. Oh, my goodness. So I have to say, I think probably my favorite thing right now that I recently just got off the Godzilla store were these little Mothra magnets, actually. Because I don't like, I do like collecting figures themselves, but I also like knickknacks. Like, I'm a knickknack girly. So this, I just have like another little thing in here keeping this fastened, but this technically also can go on the front of it. She's so cute. I like whenever I see them put things like that on the store, I eat it up. I go broke. My other favorite item right now that I may have shown it on Growing Up with Godzilla before, but I cannot remember. But it is my Surreal Entertainment Rainbow Mothra plush.
Nice.
Love it.
That's great. The face
so
is great.
cute.
So colorful. Wow. Oh my gosh. It's big.
Gigantic.
Oh my god.
Like, give me a gigantic stuffed animal any day, and I am content. So, I've recently gotten 2 items. I was not expecting to get them, but I ended up buying them from Tim Bean.
It's got good
So
stuff.
We know Tim Bean. We know that
Tim's
too.
awesome. He's always got amazing things.
I ended up getting from him the original Bandai Mothra, like Rebirth of Mothra trilogy figures.
Awesome.
Ooh.
Nice.
I have not opened them because I will not open them. But every fiber of my being wants to open them. So this is Mothra Leo. And then, of course,
So good.
my favorite would definitely be this one.
Oh!
Nice.
Is that Armored Mothra?
Armor Mothra,
Yes.
and then like just all like the little, you can like attach like the little armor to Armor Mothra. And I remember being a kid wanting this so badly, and then when Tim posted it, I was just like, I was slamming my keyboard. I was like Tim,
Take my money.
Take my money,
my
please.
money now.
So,
That's really cool.
and then one thing I just found. So, full disclosure, my parents are semi-hoarders, and they've kept my childhood bedroom the same
Oh.
that it was when I was in high school, which I still don't know how to react to that. But I did end up finding some Godzilla figures that I forgot that I had.
Interesting.
And I found the Imperial.
Oh, wow.
I always
Mine-
wanted one of those.
Mine is
Classic.
broken
Love
now. Well, so I remember I got this, my grandpa got this at a garage sale, like in the early 90s when I was a kid.
Wow.
And they were selling it because their pet dog had eaten the face off of it.
Oh, no.
And,
Oh no.
and a foot.
Oh no.
Gross.
Oh, and the toes, too. He ate the
I know.
foot. Oh,
And despite
yeah.
oh, it's missing a finger too. And despite these many years of like my family being like, get rid of that thing, I'm like, no,
No, you
like,
can't. I'll still get rid of that.
it's perfectly imperfect. And I wouldn't have it any other way. So you get to sit here for the episode. That is what I have today.
That's great.
That's really
Awesome.
cool.
Awesome.
Outstanding.
Well, thank you very much, my friend, and we'll do what we normally do and pass things off to our North Carolinian co-host, Mr. Leslie Chambers.
What's up,
What's
Leslie?
going on, people? How y'all doing? Oh God, I'm sorry. Like I told my co-host, I'm running on fumes today, people. Been working hard, like really, really hard, because I got a lot of stuff I have to take care of.
I don't know what
But-
that is.
But again, Donny, I apologize. I mean, she just came and she's never left, and we tried to get rid of her, but as a matter of fact, this is yeah. I guess we can't. I guess we can't get rid of mediocrity, but here we are. But hey.
Not mediocrity.
But again, welcome everybody back to another edition of Collect All Monsters, the Mothra episode. We kind of teased this several months ago, and now it's finally here. But here we are in May. The weather's starting to change a little bit. Shout out to all the mothers for Mother's Day last weekend. Coming up real soon, Kaiju Brooklyn. Oh boy.
Oh my God. Like 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, can't wait,
God.
can't wait. Me and the AJ Russo and the Kaiju Live family, Rich from Fresh Vinyl
Nice.
Reviews, and Marcellus. We're gonna get arrested, ladies and gentlemen. But can't wait because I haven't been to Kaiju Brooklyn before, so I'm looking forward to see what this convention is all about. After that, we got Memorial Day next weekend. Then Pride Month is next month, Father's Day, then 4th of July, then the Human Vapor coming out in July.
Whoa.
What was that?
Yeah, and some kind of convention where a whole bunch of nerds that don't wear deodorant get together in Chicago. I forgot what the name of it was, but lots to look forward to, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, and I know I've been kind of slacking with the stuff as of late, but Big Daddy's back, ladies and gentlemen. So I got 5 things I want to show off.
What?
Ooh.
I'm taking a nap.
First and foremost, I want to showcase because is it drip or swag? What do the young kids say nowadays? I know I don't get the right to say that because I'm old, but drip, clothes, whatever. But I got this awesome T-shirt courtesy of Ghost X Ghost.
Oh,
Nice.
that's
Oh,
cool.
Love
that's
it.
perfect. I love that. That's
Yeah.
really cool.
Kind of timely for this episode because we are talking about Mothra, but
Beautiful.
got it from the Godzilla store, so I think they're still in stock. If you want this awesome shirt, this is my first ever Ghost X Ghost purchase.
Look
And
at this
they've done
stuff.
some cool stuff before, but when I saw this, considering this is my favorite Mothra design, spoiler alert, I had to get it. So this is
Oh, that's
a
great. I love
cool
that.
shirt
Sure
of
is.
Mothra from Tokyo SOS / Final Wars. Now we get towards the figures. Now, before I get to mine, I want to showcase something that Sandra actually got. Because, Sandra is a big collector and all that good stuff. And since we're married, technically I have owned this. And this is going to be like a sharp twist of the knife, considering what I'm about to show,
Oh,
and considering that and this style of collectible, we are not on speaking terms. But she did get herself the awesome newest frog tree.
oh,
Oh, wow.
dang.
Oh
That's
my
amazing.
god.
Sanders got some good taste. Sanders
I
got
just
some
saw
good
that,
taste.
Leslie. I just saw that at James Hartman's house last weekend. It
Yeah, I
is-
know you had that post, and we all thought it was yours. So you had to
I
come clean
know.
with it. but,
Hey, I
Oh.
came clean. I
It
came
wasn't
clean.
yours,
No, it wasn't
Yeah.
mine.
That one too, David.
No, I almost
Oh.
took it home. James is lucky I didn't take it home, but
So
Yeah.
iconic.
The best one.
But I didn't realize that again. Kind of this is the newest frog tree from Wonderfest back in February, right? But I did not know that it's from the Mothra Colorful Collection. So I didn't realize until now because I thought it was rainbow colors, which it really is. But at the same time, it's the
stunning.
Mothra Colorful Collection, so it has the Mothra colors in it. Blue, yellow, orange, a little bit of reds in there. Because she has been savagely going after these frog trees. She's got the original black and orange one. She got the green one. I think she may
Nice.
try and go after the blue one. Ain't there a blue one? Blue and
There's
white
There's a
one?
white one.
The
There's a white
with
one,
the
too.
blue,
The
yeah.
white one?
Mhm.
Yeah. So she been savagely going after this. And it's funny because when the box came to the house and of course she gets notifications. And sometimes I get notifications too. And we were talking one day and she was like, seems like you got a new figure. I'm like, babe, that's not mine. That's yours. She's like, oh, it's my frog tree. It's like, okay. Like at first I was in trouble, but then it's like when she found out it was a frog tree, I was able
Shoes
to
on
be
the other
here
foot.
today.
Shoes on
Yeah.
the other foot. Yeah.
But
Mhm.
but good for her because she's been again going after these things and I think she says it's her favorite so far. So
Oh yeah,
but
that was the best of them.
A great
You know,
favorite,
Les-
honestly.
Leslie can probably agree with me and Christine too. This does not do it justice. You got to see it in natural
Oh.
sunlight. It is
Yeah.
absolutely
Mhm.
stunning. It's a beautiful
Yeah.
piece, and the
It
eyes,
is.
everything about it. Yep.
yeah, and again considering where I stand with Safui, the fact that I half own this. And a lot of people don't. And a lot of people don't. Don't hate me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry. I mean, don't blame me because I married greatness and she got great taste. So, but congratulations to Sandra for getting this newest frog
Absolutely.
free,
Oh,
the
yeah.
colorful Mothra, colorful one.
Yeah,
And
it's
shout
beautiful.
out to the person who helped that out. You know who you are. But now let's go to my neck of the woods. And you already know I'm huge in the model kits and I'm huge with a certain company. Galloping Ghost. You heard that name many times before on this channel. And I got 3 30cm awesome resin model kits from Galloping Ghost of 3 separate monsters. So let's go. Which one? Okay. This one I know for a fact that the Monster Zero fans in the room are going to appreciate, David, Kyle. I think
Mhm.
Jonathan too. Christine, she's not a Showa fan, so who cares about what she thinks? But still, the Monster Zero fans in the room, feast your eyes on the 30cm resin model kit of not Monster Zero 1, not
Oh.
Monster Zero, but
Oh.
Monster Zero 2,
Oh,
Oh,
snap.
nice.
That's
Wow.
beautiful.
Real dad.
That is beautiful.
1965.
Love his
Okay.
face.
Now, before I go into further, again, Kyle, David, I want to ask y'all like real fast because I know when it comes to Rodan 1965, when it comes to making collectibles of this rendition of Rodan, what a lot of companies do, they'll do the 64.
Right.
Because a lot of people think on the first glance that Rodan 64 and 65, they are totally the same. Now, mind you, it's the same suit, but there are differences, like Mechagodzilla 74, 75. On first glance, you think they're the same. They're really not. There are subtle differences that separate 74 from 75 Mechagodzilla, like 64 and 65 Rodan. The wings are different. The paint job is different. The face is different. So, David go first, and then Kyle. What do you think? Like, the Galloping Ghost get the 65 Rodan right?
It's like spot on. It's perfect, and I'm glad you said that, Leslie, because the 64 and 65 are very different, and I think they improved on some of the mistakes they made on the 64. Less emphasis on him being a goofy sidekick. it's a little more serious, and I think that the proportions, this is a Greg Better's creation, right? Of course, is it?
No, actually, it was built and painted. Jake Rebel from Monster Rage was behind the sculpt,
Well,
but a guy named Damien Terrain out in Chicago, he built and painted it. You know
it's
Damien,
gorgeous,
right?
Of course, yeah. It's beautiful, and I think it's. Can I use my word? It's the quintessential representation of the 65 Monster Zero Rodan. Kyle, what do you think?
I think it's great, man. I think first up, any delineation you can get between the 64 and the 65 is awesome. You should like showcase them together. Show them like, do you have a 64? Yeah. I should ask that first. Do you have a 64 in the same same scale?
Yeah, hold on.
Just because I think it would be cool to show the actual differences to people. Because I'm gonna say, like, even I don't really know all the differences. I haven't studied all the differences between all the suits and stuff like that. Yeah.
Totally
so
different.
yeah, his
Totally
face is
different.
way different.
It's so goofy.
This
in that
is
one.
this is 64.
Slimmed down.
Yeah.
And of course the wings are different.
The wings are different. The beak is totally different.
And this is 65.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
100%. I mean, it's
that looks like it stepped off the screen.
It does.
Yeah.
It's really great.
Yeah. So hopefully,
congratulations. That's beautiful.
Thank you. Hopefully this will inspire more people, at least more companies, to give us go the extra mile and sculpt the 65 Rodan. Because again, there's enough of a difference there where it warrants its own release. Like 73 Gigan, we don't have enough of him out there, But if they can do like Ultraman B, Ultraman Type C, and it's minor difference between them two, but you notice the differences, I think a Rodan 65 should be out there more.
I agree.
Amen
to that.
Thank you so much
Beautiful.
to Jake from Monster Rage, Damien from painting this thing, and of course Dot Matt from Galloping Ghost for hooking me up. Now my Monster Zero collection is complete. All right, now we got two more. By the way, are we singing the Mothra song during this stream? Are we doing that?
Pretty sure the whole time, right? Like
as long as somebody puts the lyrics on there so I could say it right.
Totally should.
Okay, well.
Now's the time.
Now, this next monster, I'm gonna need somebody to sing a little something for me. Donny, you got a great singing voice, I assume, right?
Nobody's ever told me that, but thank you.
Do you happen to know the song of a certain Okinawan god?
I do not.
Does anybody do?
We can hum it. How about we hum it?
Yeah. Because he can only appear if you sing the song or hum the
song. This is not chaos and a terrible thing happening in the show at all.
Are we haunting a house?
Thank
What
you.
are we doing?
Thank you.
Y'all sound like ghosts. What the hell?
You have to be sort of kind of out of tune though, a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh my
You gotta
God.
be out of tune. Jonathan's right. She's not hitting all the notes either.
Beautiful.
Little flat, as we say in the.
You're supposed to summon him. You're making him run away. Stop it, damn it.
He's going back in. He's going back.
He's like, I want to go back. He's like, actually, I can't go back to sleep. I have to come out. I can't sleep through that.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm done procrastinating. Again, from Galloping Ghost, 30 centimeter resin model kit of the Showa King Caesar. So,
Oh, wait.
Excellent.
I think Greg painted that one, right?
Oh, Keith.
yeah, Greg
Greg
did
his
this
ears
one.
bleed.
Yeah, I gotta be real careful because again, the hair is resin, right? So the hair
Wow.
is really brittle, like on his arms, and I had to and also his tail too. So he's
The detail on that's crazy.
yeah. Because again,
The hair
we
looks
thought
real.
we thought they were going to do something for his anniversary back in 2024, and we got nothing. I'm sure we got a couple things here and there, but of all the monsters that we've been asking for S Plus to do, or at least model kit wise, we've been asking for a show with King Caesar. The only 30 centimeter King Caesar 74 that I know is a model kit from Resin Chef, but that came out back in 2004. And so when Doc was asking me and Marcellus, like, what should we make next? And we, without hesitation, said, do King Caesar. So again, Jake Rebel, like behind the Rodan you just saw, is behind this sculpt right here. And I had it
Nice.
Sent off to Greg, and this is his work when it comes to King Caesar. So
It's beautiful.
Um,
Leslie,
It is
you should be
gorgeous.
so glad there's no earthquakes in North Carolina, man. All these resin pieces you got. Damn, damn, damn.
actually, it's an earthquake every time I go to Arby's and walk through the house. But still,
Well, that's
no,
another story.
yes, another story. But seriously, this is a
Beautiful.
great
Absolutely
model
beautiful.
kit. Again, thank you to Greg and Doc and of course Marcellus, because again, it was his idea also to have this done. But yeah, he did a great job with the hair and
The tail is perfect,
all the good
too.
stuff.
Everything
And
about
I'll
it.
post pictures of the group of how he looks up against the other figures from the movie, because he scales well with the X Plus Favorite Sculptors line, 74 Godzilla and Mecha Godzilla, you know. Finally, 30 centimeter King Caesar 1974. And thank y'all for singing, even though you about killed my ears. But okay. And last but certainly but not least, and Donnie, this is for you, bud. You
Oh,
know, of course, we started with Mothra, so you know what? We got to end with Mothra, and I'm gonna give you this 30 centimeter resin model kit from Galloping Ghost of Mothra,
Oh,
2004 slash
Absolutely
2003.
stunning.
Wow.
Again,
that's one of the
That's
best
stunning.
ones.
The best
oh my
Mothra.
God.
Best
It's
representation.
yeah. So Donnie, if anything happens to me, like if you know something happens to me on the road, I can leave this to you in my will. So you can have
I
this.
would be so happy if you not if something happened to you, but if you did leave that to me.
I say, what the hell?
So if anything does happen, now
I
we know where to
obviously
look.
never
Yeah,
wanted
Donnie
to
coming in
okay,
sharp.
There it
Yeah.
is.
She's like, any day now, any day.
Yeah. Yeah, but this is great. Again, Greg Betters did the work, and you know he added. You're probably wondering, what is this? Is this real fur? No, it's actually cotton balls. He just did his magic on the cotton
What?
and on the edge of the
beautiful.
wings. Yeah, I mean, because that's the reason why. Again, I love the 2003 to 2004 Mothra. It's my
Oh,
favorite
it's the
Mothra
best
design of all
one.
time.
Me
It
too.
just looks really organic. Like Mothra has never looked better until this rendition. You know, with all due respect to the Heisei one, the trilogy one, you know, even GMK, because I love the GMK version. But in my opinion, Mothra has never looked better than she did in 2003 and
Oh
2004,
yeah.
more so 2003.
Yeah.
So again, this is 30 centimeters, so that's why the wings are just monopolizing the entirety of the camera, ladies and
Yes.
gentlemen. But as you saw here with Mothra, Rodan, and King Caesar Galloping Ghost, hit them up. And if you need a built-in painting for you, we got a resident Picasso here among us, David Dopko, for a slight fee, obviously. So, but yeah, but
Yeah.
thank you so much for allowing me to
Wow.
showcase this
Wow.
stuff again. The Frog Tree, congratulations, Sandra.
Yeah.
Ghost as
Big
Ghost, you
time.
know, the resin model kits, you know, been thoroughly blessed. Been thoroughly blessed. Now can't wait for Junior to come. Damn it, Mel. But we'll
Wait,
get to that
I
sometime
thought
next
Junior
month.
was going to be here. I was like, wait, for almost positive that's what you were going to show. One of the things.
No, I got it.
late.
It's just
He's late.
it's late, but I'm
He's
sure
late.
some clueless
Oh.
person will show it today. So you know, but whatever. But again, thank you so much for everybody for being here as we talk about Mothra. Thank you again. Thank you guys for singing. Like that was really fun. All jokes aside, that was fun. Again, we should haunt a house
We should
tonight
start our own
somewhere,
alcoholic
something like
group.
that. Yeah, something like that. Maybe a G Fest, something like that. I don't
Kaiju
know.
quartet.
Yes.
Could do it.
Yes.
Karaoke.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's it. That's all I want to showcase. So I'm gonna kick it over to my main man down in Southern California, the one and the only, the MonsterVerse biggest fan, obviously, David. What's going on, David?
Okay, well, after that introduction, I'm doing a lot better. Let's see. So, yeah, Sandra, congratulations. That piece is absolutely stunning. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Keith and I saw it at James's house. It would be my favorite piece if I had that. It's just beautiful. But yeah, so I'm stoked for her. All right, so Kyle, I sent you some pictures of a project that I just finished. I showcased it. I previewed it last week. I did a commission for someone. A West Kenji vinyl 1984 Godzilla, and I finished it. And I
Where did you send that?
It's in our group, in our main group. Well, you can look for that, and I'll just move on to something else.
Oh, okay. I see.
You got it. Okay,
Sorry.
cool. That's
Yeah.
okay.
I'm
Don't be
gonna
sorry
have
about
to.
So I
do a
previewed
thing.
last week that last show that I was going to do this, and I promised I'd show it off when it was finished, and it's already in Julian Braxton's hands, and he's pretty.
Oh
happy with it.
wow.
So there's the kit. It's a 20 centimeter vinyl kit, a lot of dorsal
Wow.
plates.
Dang.
And the finished product is coming up.
Oh my goodness.
And there's the
Oh,
dorsal plates.
wow.
And then the last one, there he is. He's
Oh.
all done.
Stunning.
And
So
it's kind of
good.
an underrated kit. The face, I think they really did a great job on this face. It sort of is a hybrid between a 54 and an 84, I think.
Mhm.
And he looks. He wanted me to make him a little angry looking, so I think
yeah.
I succeeded in that.
Man.
Oh, definitely.
But that's what I've been working on recently. That's my
Wow.
latest model kit project. Thank you
Wow.
for showing that, Kyle.
Very cool.
Oh,
Moving
nice.
right along. So let's see. So, all right, this is something that I've had for a while, and I think this is the perfect opportunity to show it off again. It is the future model
Oh,
yeah.
human vapor.
Oh, yeah.
now, wait a
And
minute.
I know Robert Dwyer loves this, and he finally got his own. He got two of them. He has the glow.
Yeah, he got both colorways. Yeah.
Wow.
James Hartman came through and got him both colorways. But I think this is the most amazing, unique Sofubi piece, and it's got all of the things. There's the
It is
the
really cool.
Oni play that was going on that his girlfriend was in, and then there's the device here. Anyway, I'm just sitting on the internet the other day, minding my business, and I go to our group, and Leslie posts this clip of a preview. I'm like, what the hell is that? And I'm like, oh wait, I just saw this. I saw it and I ignored it, and then I didn't know what it was, and then I watched. I'm like, oh my god, this is so cool. Netflix.
Right?
If for those of you who don't know, Netflix is doing their version of an updated human vapor by the same crew that brought you minus one Godzilla and minus zero. So I'm really, really looking forward to it. Hopefully, it's the first in all of the mutant series. I'd like to see. I'd like to see the H Man, which I think is super creepy.
Definitely
And
the H man.
I know Matango everybody wants to see, but we're kind of getting that now in The Last of Us. I mean, if you think about it,
Oh, I
The
haven't
Last of
watched
Us
that.
is
Yeah.
sort of Matango-esque.
Esque,
Although
yeah.
They're not
I'll
really
check it
eating
out.
the
Adjacent.
mushrooms. Yeah, adjacent. So, but anyway, I wanted to show this off to those people. It's kind of an obscure Sofubi figure, and I got this at G-Fest at like 2017, 2018.
And who makes that? Was Future? Is it just
Future models.
Future
Yeah,
models,
Future
yes.
and Artstorm. It's like the same. Yeah, same company.
They did.
They have a whole
Mothra.
series.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a whole series called the
Mothra.
Cinema
And
Series.
Smog
So
Monster.
good.
They
I have the
did-
Varan.
Kyle has the
Oh.
Varan. And it's kind of in this format. This kind of like really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I love
I
it,
just saw the
Mothra.
Smog Monster glow at Mondarake the other
Oh,
day.
nice.
Oh,
So
yeah?
gorgeous, but
Oh.
not cheap.
But anyway,
bet.
if you guys have not seen the trailer, check it out. Leslie posted it in our group, so check it out. It's really, really awesome, and we're all looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm
All
stoked.
So let's see. All right, this is kind of fun. One of our viewers and a good friend of the show, Leo Kelly, sent me this.
Oh, nice.
This
Cool.
is a what if Aurora model kit, because Aurora did, as we all know, the original Godzilla kit, the styrene kit in the 60s, and they had another series called Monsters of the Movies, and they proposed, and they actually had the molds to do this figure, Godzilla attacking the Tokyo Tower. Yeah. So it never got produced, but the mold, there's images of the molds. And I think I was talking about this on one of the shows, and Leo found this at a convention. He sent this to me. So I think
That's
That's
so
awesome.
nice.
That's
really
so
cool.
cool.
And it's I don't even know what company, because it's a what if, and it has the old Aurora logos on it. You know, West
Wow.
Hempstead, New York, and it's got
Huh.
a serial number. But anyway, I look forward to building and painting this guy, and thanks so much, Leo, for this.
Yeah,
I
that's
appreciate
cool.
it. Really, really appreciate it. All right, let's see. Since this is a Mothra episode, are we going to be showing off Mothra, or we're just doing our top three, right? Our top three on the
It's a
segment,
top
or-
three, but we're
All
gonna
right,
go
I'll show-
loose with it
I'll
later
show you
on.
a couple more. I'll show you a couple more. All right, this is actually a Mothra collectible that it's Keith's actually. Jamie got it for him. Jamie Davis got this for Keith. It's the 1992 Heisei Godzilla Snow Globe.
My God.
Love
And
it.
she
Love it.
is using her weapon of last resort, the scales or the powder, whatever you want to call it, the glitter. So I don't know if you guys can see that.
Oh yeah, it's coming through real great.
Yeah,
That
this
was
is
amazing.
a very,
That
very
is
cool,
phenomenal.
unique piece.
It's really
and,
special. Wow.
it made it all the way back from Japan without the water
Nostalgic.
breaking and stuff. So yeah. So yeah, this is actually Keith's.
What a great.
He doesn't realize,
Wow.
but I grabbed it from his desk.
Oh,
yeah.
he knows now.
But it's gonna go back on his desk. Don't worry, it won't go back in here. All right. Just a couple more things, and then we'll move on. Getting back to the model kit realm, I built and painted these a really long time ago, like 20 years ago. These are old Kyoto.
Oh my God! Wow.
1964 Mothra larva kits, and they're soft, like the same kind of rubbery material. I filled it with like a resin, like plaster. Actually, it was plaster. And I don't know if you can see them. I'll show you one at a time, but I think I did a pretty good job on these guys.
They're cute little babies.
They are the 1964.
They look
Mothras.
great.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.
Wes Ken did some good stuff.
Thank you. Oh, he's giving me a dirty look. All right, and one.
That would be Janelle's look too, by the way.
One more thing, and then we'll go. I've got some cool books. Now, this book, I got this. This is I'm gonna do the clip note version of this story. My very first G-Fest in New York City in 1996.
Wow.
I didn't actually go see anything. I went, bought my ticket just to go to the dealer's area and buy some stuff. Is that terrible?
Oh.
Terrible.
Oh no.
But anyway, I got this book and by Osamu Kishikawa, and it's called Godzilla Second, and I got it signed by the author.
Oh wow!
Awesome.
And it has King Kong versus Godzilla, and the second feature is Mothra versus Godzilla.
Oh.
That's where I really wanted it. So it's got Mothra versus Godzilla and the
nice.
second part. But it's a really great book. And along with that, I got this old vintage Mothra magazine. The first half of the book is the original Mothra, and the second half is Mothra versus Godzilla.
Wow.
And it comes with two big posters. It comes with the original Mothra poster and the original Mothra versus Godzilla poster. And then finally, I have this. I know Leslie's got this one. This beautiful Mothra against Godzilla.
Oh, wow.
This is just, I forget the name of this. What's the series of this again?
Is it the completion?
The completion. It's put out by Hobby Japan, and these are like the best.
Oh, yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, that's I think I showed enough. I'll show you some more stuff when we do our Mothra segment. But that's
Awesome.
all I got.
Good
Thank
stuff.
you for watching and listening, and let's pass it down to Christine Chapin. What do you got for us?
Me,
today?
who doesn't know what time zone I'm in still. So
Well, none of us were going to mention that, but
somewhere in the U.S. I don't even know. Donny is so excited to have you join us. I love this new thing we have going on with Kevin guest hosts. It is so awesome to see you always, and so happy to have you. I mean, we couldn't have anybody else for the Mothra episode, so.
I adore you.
But I'll show off my. I had to wear. We had to represent Moth. Look at this. Look at that.
Beautiful.
This is the Middle of Beyond jacket, which is pretty cool. I love it. Their jackets are great, but it's got the fairies over here. Little Mothra larva, and it's reversible. There's these little Shobijin. Another little Mothra.
oh, it's got a lot of stuff on there. That's cool.
Yeah, I love this thing. And then the back. Oh yeah, and the back.
Oh my goodness!
So cool. Oh wow,
Okay,
the
that's great.
back is really cool.
Okay, that is a cool
No,
jacket.
these jackets are wicked nice. They have a Godzilla one too. I think the Mothra ones are back on their website. But dude, if you can get one, oh, they're so nice. I love these things.
Did you pay for
Let's
it?
start up with some.
Did you pay for it?
This one I got. This one they sent me, but I bought the Godzilla one and I bought the flannel and some other stuff. But I mean, I'm not gonna say no to this. Look at this thing. You want that to me? Hell yeah, bro. Send it on over. That's it.
Little moocher.
Okay, I know. I'm just saying.
It's so good. I need one.
Everything about that jacket, even the Shobijin, are the quintessential ones, I think.
And I told him, I'm like, dude, the detail and this is all sewn. It's hand sewn, but look at
It's embroidered and everything.
Yeah, it's so beautiful.
Beautiful.
They're just beautiful. But continuing the Mothra love, we gotta show her some love in this episode. One of our very good friends, who's always at G-Fest, makes his own figures. Alex had this beautiful
Alex.
Oh, nice.
Mothra.
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Alex does such a fantastic job.
He's getting
Dang.
better and better too. He's getting so good.
And like
So
Glitter on
cute.
that.
oh yeah, glitter and blue, my favorite color. So I saw it on his table. I was like, I gotta have it.
Oh my god.
Wow.
So, and I'm sure he's gonna
Sick.
be at G-Fest this year. So definitely stop at Alex's table. He's usually right towards the front, but you can't miss. I mean, he makes just like incredible, beautiful.
That's really great. Alex
And
is,
I
Alex is
need-
the man.
I know he is, and I'm really slacking on Mothra. When we have this episode, I'm looking. I'm like, gosh, I don't have like a lot of Mothra stuff.
Which Mothra is that? Is that 64?
I think so. Yeah, it looks like it.
It looks
Yeah,
like
it
a
is.
64. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
64.
cool.
Yeah.
The little fuzzy.
Wow.
It's super cute. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna stick with 64 here. I want to show off. I can't remember. I got this a while ago, like years ago now. The Giga Brain 64 Godzilla. I love their clear colorways that they do, and the pink and the orange. It's kind of like got like a metallic-y sort of look to the orange and pink, but
Nice.
man,
Nice.
I love that.
little purple spray on the front. I just love the 64 suit. It's so his little jowls. So
Is that
yeah.
your favorite Showa suit? The 64?
Huh?
Is that your favorite Showa suit? 64?
Uh,
Or was it
It's like-
54?
I like 54 the best,
Okay.
but 64 is like a super very close second.
Okay.
Actually,
All right, we'll
speaking of
take that.
50,
We'll take it.
speaking of 54, I have over here the SH Monster Arts.
Oh,
54, which
Nice.
I got this last year, the year before. Man, so when I first started like seriously collecting, it was SH Monsters that got me started. I bought the very first, the 95 Godzilla that came out, and I was really big into the Monster Arts. I don't really have a lot anymore, but when the 54, I was like, man, I need to get that. And one of my very good friends sent this to me, so look at that. I know that Haya's out. Haya's killing it. But
Yeah.
I think I'm still a Monster Arts girl
Is that
because
one holding together better than some of the other ones?
yes, and actually, you know what? I've never had a problem with any of my Monster Arts, even the King Ghidorah. I have the original King Ghidorah. His wings have never fallen off. I've never had all the times I moved. I've had to pack them up and take them out and display them and pack them up again. I've never had an issue, so
Yeah.
hopefully it stays that way because. I mean, I love these things. They're super posable. I really need to take more pictures of them. But this one I was just really, really impressed with.
Oh,
They
they
really
do a nice
nailed
job.
the 54 suit.
Sakai made that one too, right? He sculpted that one.
I think
Who
so.
did-
Sakai.
sculpt that one?
Yeah,
Sakai,
he
yeah.
did this
I
one.
believe so. Yes.
Yeah. It's just so nice.
Yeah. You mentioned Haya, but it's funny. Haya has not done any Showa monsters yet. A lot of people are saying once they tap in on the Showa stuff, they're going to outclass Monster Arts. That's the
I mean,
prevailing
I've
theory out
seen
there.
they just do the 91 Godzilla and the King
The
Ghidorah.
2000 just came out. The 2000 just came
Oh
out.
my god.
Do any
Yeah.
of you guys have any of the Haya Arts figures?
No, but I'm
They're a little
tempted.
smaller, right? In terms of the scale, like a bit smaller.
I
Not
think
like
they
too
were
much.
about the
but-
same.
I mean,
They're about the same.
I always loved the SH Monster Arts, but they're supposed to be posable, and when you pose them, they fall apart. So it's like it defeats the whole purpose. So if they got their act together, and I know Haya, people seem to like that better. I think it's a great thing. Like you see all those people doing their little stop motion
yeah.
stuff. I love that, and I love
Yeah.
that you can pose them because I bought the 64 Monster Arts years ago. And I
Oh,
took it
yeah.
outside for a photo shoot, and the tail fell off, and I lost the segment of the tail for a whole year.
No!
I found it when
you-
the spring thaw next year, but it's like, nope, I'm done. I mean, come on now, really? I mean, you look at them wrong, and the stuff falls off. So, but
You sneeze on them and they fall
Don't
apart.
jinx me because
But
I've been pretty
but
good
I'm
so
glad
far.
I'm glad that it seems like maybe they got their act together, and these Haya toys. If anybody has one, comment in the chat room too,
I
because I
need-
want to see if they're.
Oh my god.
See, I jinxed it. So much for that.
Time! That is too funny.
Wait a minute.
It was just bound to happen anyway.
Yeah, no, I mean,
I gotta stop playing around with it.
sorry
Okay.
about it.
Thanks, David.
Sorry about it.
And then I gotta show up. Okay, so I just got this box day last week. Okay, we've all been waiting for how many times have we asked X Plus to fill in our spaces here, right? Junior Kanan!
Oh,
Nice.
Oh
I
man.
love it.
The eyes, those eyes.
I think they really nailed the paint job. Oh yeah, the eyes.
So good.
That's what
The
I
eyes are
love
great.
about the Heisei Godzilla. It's got those bright orange eyes, and then Junior has that too. And the color is great. The
No, it's
pose,
great.
I love the pose. And like, I really love Junior. And I
So
wish.
mad at myself for passing on it.
Oh no, David, no.
I'll find one somewhere.
Ask Mike Johnson. I got mine.
I'll
I got
find
mine.
one.
Mike.
I'll find one somewhere.
It's like I had to. I mean, how long have we been waiting? And he scales actually really well with the gigantic burning Godzilla.
Yeah, Rich Iso
Oh.
posted a photo of them both next side by side, and it's perfect. And
Yeah, they
you know,
look so
a lot
good.
of us old time collectors, like Kyle and I especially, it's like, and Leslie too. It's like all the X Plus is a sea of gray. Finally, something that's
Yes.
not a sea of gray, and your eye will
Yeah.
go right to that in your collection.
And
Damn,
it
they
really
nailed
got
it.
his color. Oh, there we go. Is it sort of
Love it.
my phone?
Love it.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
Love it.
it's
Love
nice
it.
to have.
Yeah.
So now that we have him, I'm thinking maybe Rose Violante is going to be coming on the pipeline.
Yeah.
Sometime
I would
soon.
die. I would die.
Love the scale of that.
Would be nice. I know.
I'll tell you what. Can you put that up against your favorite sculptor's line, Aggregate Destroyer? Oh, that's right. You don't have one. My bad. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that out loud. I'm sorry.
I don't need that.
Of course you don't.
Well,
I got
you
my
stole
gigantic
Leslie's thunder because I know I thought he was going to be showing that one off, so I guess he deserved that little.
It's not as cool as me. Sorry. But okay, one more thing. We started with Mothra. I'm gonna end with Mothra. I don't know if I
Fair.
ever showed her off, but way back in the day when they first came out, the X Plus had the GMK Mothra and Baragon set.
I'm still
Ooh.
missing that one too. I know
Beautiful.
Kyle's got
I
that
don't
one.
even remember when this one first came. This is the original one that came out. 'Cause I know they re-released it, but man,
2016, I think.
was it? Wow.
I think.
So I
Wow.
had to get. And I love how like her eyes are translucent. And I really noticed like her stinger on this is pretty serious.
It's-
Look at that.
Yeah. You know what the sad part is? A lot of people were saying when that set came out, a lot of people were trying to just keep Baragon and unload Mothra. I'm like, why? Mothra is awesome
Mothra's
too.
great.
Like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
Sick. And then her color, I love how the purple in here. Like
And the whole set together looks great. I
Oh,
only saw
yeah.
it one time at Kyle's house. He's got all of them.
Yeah.
there, so it's
I
beautiful.
know, because I think I had the Godzilla first and then the GMK. Or no, wait, the Godzilla first and then the King Ghidorah. I don't know what order they came out in, but I was like, I gotta have the full set because I want the full M1 GMK set.
Mm-hmm.
And I still have to get the Baragon and the Mothra, but I'm like, I got this one though. But she's really beautiful. Like,
She is.
For sure.
gotta
There's one
love
on
that.
Mandarake right now. If anybody's interested, there's one on Mandarake. I saw it this
There
morning.
is.
Yeah.
I think M1's probably coming to G5. Oh, they had one a couple years ago, and I didn't get it like an idiot.
Wow.
So I'm not gonna do
Self-admission.
that again. Well, I don't know what time zone I'll be in Chicago either, so I don't know. It could be different. Or it could be. I know. Actually, I think Chicago's the same as me, but I don't know. I'll be there.
Nice.
I'll see everybody at G-Fest. I'm excited. It's gonna be a good time. We'll sing the Mothra song live there too. All right, Kyle. Let's see what you got for your.
No, skip Jonathan.
We're going with
that's right.
Jonathan.
You're with us, Jonathan.
JP.
Yeah.
Me?
You.
I'm up? Oh,
You're up.
okay. Well, funny to piggyback off what you were saying about SH Monstars, Christine. I have a bone to pick with them because, like you, that's when I started seriously collecting. Was when that series came
yeah?
out. And forever, I was saying to everyone that I knew, I was like, why don't they do any Showa characters? Because I love Showa, and it was always Heisei, and everyone was always like, well, that's what makes the money. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. But like, I want to see more Showa. I want to see Gigan. I want to see Baragon, Varan. I want to see all of them. Anguirus, And then lo and behold, once I stopped collecting Ice Age Monster Arts
Right.
and I basically sold off my entire collection, of course, then they start
Hello,
coming out with
Showa.
Showa figures. They come out with a Gigan and an Anguirus, and I'm like, great, cool. And they're going to be doing a Ghidra. I'm like, perfect timing.
I sold
But
some,
anyway,
I kept a couple.
I know, right? But anyway, so hello, everybody. I'm really glad to be back. Donny, welcome.
Glad to
It's
have you.
awesome to have you here. It's awesome to see you again on a stream. The last time I saw you on stream, we had a really good time, and I really appreciate that. But nonetheless, what did I get recently? Well, one of the things I did get came in just a little bit late from the stream we had last month. But it's okay because this is a doozy of an item. I got myself a Marmot Daimajin.
Nice. Oh, is it the parrot?
Complete with the statue.
Para
Nice.
baby. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Marmot Parrot Baby. And this one, I believe, is the one from the first because you have the
The spike.
stake
Spike in the
and
head.
the spike in the head. And I just love the colors on this. And when I saw it, it was actually during the stream when we were talking about it and David was showing his off. It was during the stream because I had been looking at this for a little while. And David knows this. When I visited him, we were looking on Otaku America and this one was on there.
Oh,
And
nice.
in the middle of the stream, I'm like, purchase. Like I just couldn't help myself because we were in such Daimajin love. I was enjoying it. It was awesome, and it made me realize I don't really have anything, and I want, especially the ones that I did get, the things I did get. I wanted something that was definitely a soft vinyl. So there we go. Got these. Very happy about those.
Beautiful.
The next thing I'm going to show off is Mothra related, of course, because Christine showed off her Mosogoji, but I'm going to show off another version of my Mosogoji, the Neo Player 1 Godzilla 1964. I call it the Simpsons Godzilla because to me it always kind of like that face always kind of resembles like the Simpsons look. And it's very cartoony and cute, which I love. I dig it, and I dig.
wish I got one of those.
As opposed to some, I dig the simplistic sort of glossy look on this. The face for me does it all. I just love this face.
Let me see that larva. Show me that
And
larva.
of course, it comes
Show me that
complete
larva.
with the Mothra larva.
So
Like he
cute.
just snaps right on the tail as Godzilla's like, "Get off me!"
I
And he's
love
like,
it.
"No." So yeah, I love this. And what's cool about this is, not a great detail, but a little subtle detail. The head is articulated a little bit, rotates back and
Yes.
forth. So it's kind of cool because you can have him in a really dynamic pose. It's pretty sweet. But anyway, the next thing I'm going to show off is near and dear to my heart. I shared this with the group the other day. I just got it on Blu-ray. For years, I had been waiting for this to have an official release in the US. And now that it does, and I finally have it, as like other people, Ultraman, not only Ultraman Towards the Future, but Ultraman Powered, both of these series complete on Blu-ray. Now, I really, I feel bad saying this. I really don't care much about Powered, although I haven't seen it. And the kaiju designs the suits are really cool. That's like one of the biggest like pluses on that show. But really, I came here for Ultraman Towards the Future. Like some that I know, this was my introduction to Ultraman. I was flipping through channels one Sunday morning, and this showed up, and I was like, "Who is that?" And my uncle was like, "Oh, that's Ultraman. Let me introduce you." So this is very nostalgic for me, and the fact that I just put it on the other night and started watching it, and I was just giddy with joy, like having it on my Blu-ray player with in the 4K. And now I gotta be honest, for anyone who's gonna get this, I haven't looked at Powered yet, but just so you are aware, the version that you're getting of Towards the Future is like basically the SD version, the original English, like the Australian English cut, like that we got in the US. It's not they didn't up-res it to HD. It looks pretty much the same as it did if you were to put it out like a VHS on. Like maybe it looks a little better, but the quality is not that great. But nonetheless, still an awesome thing to have, especially if you're into Towards the Future. Great purchase. I'm glad I have this. And to sort of like bank off of that, when I was a kid, it was this perfect timing. Right when I got to seeing Ultraman Towards the Future on TV, I was in a local. They called them Walden's bookstores back then. It was kind of
Oh,
I
like
know Walden's.
you guys remember
Yeah,
Walden's?
of
yeah.
course.
I think it was mostly an East Coast, Midwest thing because I
It was East
I never
Coast,
saw
yeah.
them out here. But
Mhm.
um, so I went to a Walden's one day and they had this comic book rack. It was not a lot of comics. It was just a very short stack of them. And what cover did I see that popped right out of me?
Nice.
Oh,
Ultraman.
wow.
This Ultraman. Now, as soon as I saw it, it didn't have this this trading card present, so I didn't know. But I immediately saw. I was like, this looks like Towards the Future because I just witnessed it on TV. So I'm like, this has to be related. Well, I open up the comic, and lo and behold, it is one of the tie-ins that they did with the show to promote the show in the U.S. They did a tie-in with, I believe it's Harvey Comics Entertainment Group, and the subsidiary of that was created Ultra Comics. They produced these. They published these, and it's basically a tie into the show. Like it has all the same kaiju, has all the same, pretty much all the same characters, Jack Shindo and all that. They all reference them by name, and it kind of is like somewhat of a. I don't remember if it's so much like a sequel to Towards the Future, or if it's just like a companion to it, because it does tell its own unique story in a way, and they do go on to making a whole series of these, like with the covers. These covers I always thought were really dynamic and so cool, and they come with little trading cards for the
So
show
those
to
are
kind
the
of promote the
original ones
show.
you bought back in the
The
day.
ori- well, no. So I had them. I had them all when I was a kid, but like most things, sometimes when you
Oh.
move out, like my parents, they moved out of our house and they were yard selling a bunch of stuff. I had moved out to LA, and a lot of this stuff got sold off or just lost to time. But I was luckily I went to when I was home for Christmas in Pittsburgh about a couple years ago. We went to a comic book store, Ides Comics in Pittsburgh, and I just went to the U section and they had the entire set. So I grabbed it
Wow.
and I was like, I have to have this. This is a mistake. I cannot pass this opportunity up. And it did come with all the trading cards too. So you have, all these monsters. And then they came out with they did other offshoots of it too, like little offshoot miniseries. You have this one, which is pretty cool. It's like they did a play on like Imitation Ultraman from the original. -1. It's a prequel cut. It's basically like a still from the show. And then these two, which are one of the two last ones they ever came out with. Now, if you see a signature here, the last thing I'll say is back in 2017 for the first Japan World Heroes in LA, well, in Pasadena. Dory Krause was there, who played Jack Shindo. And so when I met him, I was basically told him this whole story about my love for it. And while also looking, he's such a nice guy. Like I say, he's such a humble, quiet, calm, really cool dude. And we talked for a good half hour, an hour about the show. And I showed him all these comics. And he's like wide-eyed. He was shocked. He had no idea any of that stuff existed. He was like, they made an offshoot comic of this? He's like, oh my God. He's like, this is incredible. Like he was looking through like, oh, I remember this. I remember that monster. It was just a really cool interaction. And he got to sign a few things. He signed a couple of these covers
awesome.
for me. And then he signed I have the soundtrack to the show, which I think is one of the strongest parts of Towards the Future is the music. I got the soundtrack on CD, and he signed that as well. So yeah, that's basically my very short but kind of long-winded show and tell. So Kyle, what do you have for us on this beautiful Mothra Day celebration?
A lot of not Mothra just for my show and tell, but we'll get into. I got Mothra stuff.
You'll get there.
I swear, I got there. Okay, so first up, I'm gonna start with you guys. At the end of last month, we had Super Festival, right?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
So okay, Super Festival happened, and I went. Frank and I were there. Frank's watching in the chat watching along right now.
Mhm.
And I think I'm gonna go hang out with him later today. So Frank and I are at Super Festival. Mike Johnson's there. We saw a whole bunch of people we love, and it was really kind of cool. And I kind of went into this super festival thinking I'm not going to even get anything. And actually, now that I'm saying this out loud, I'm remembering that I forgot to send myself a photo. So as I'm trying to multitask here, let's see if this will work. So we're walking around Super Festival, and I'm stoked to see some crazy stuff that wasn't even on my radar. So instead of showing this off as a photo in a screen share thing, I'm going to just throw this up in front of my camera. This is something I did not buy, but I wanted to show it off because it's crazy cool. This dude did a Megalon mecha figure.
Oh, what?
Put that in front of Look
I
at this.
saw that. Yeah,
Whoa.
someone posted an image of that. That's crazy.
Wow.
Wow.
It was
That's awesome.
so beautiful, and like kind of a, for a Sofubi, kind of a large figure, probably about like this big. And I remember saying, like, man, in an alternate universe with a different setup, I would have purchased that in a heartbeat, just because it was, like Mark is saying, Mechalon. That's what I was saying at the show too. It was really cool, like so well done and well designed. I was very close to pulling the trigger on it, but you guys remember last episode, I think I showed off that I've been sort of like trying to fill some Sofubi holes in my collection, and
Right.
I like purchased a Titanosaurus because I didn't have a Titanosaurus anymore, and an Ebira, same story. One of the Sofubi holes in my collection is a 1962 King Kong.
Oh.
Oh, well. What the heck?
Check this out.
Okay.
This.
Oh, somebody had.
Whoa.
Oh, damn. Great size.
Okay, yes, absolutely, David. Great size. This figure,
Wow.
not too tall,
Oh, man.
will get dominated by my Gigabrain 62 figure. But this guy is not being advertised as King Kong from Toho.
Yeah.
And I don't know who I told about this. This is where they got me big time. So I see this on somebody's table, but it wasn't just this.
Oh.
He comes with all these accessories.
Oh,
And I'm going to get into this whole thing in a second. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Love me some
So
accessories.
first up, this is the header card right here. Okay. And this is a company that, if you're looking here, let me show this off. This is, if you're on Instagram, come on, or Twitter, that's them. Tokyo_Sigi, SIGI. Okay. They had a whole bunch of these kinds of figures in different types of, focus back on me, different types of colorway kind of things. But they were all like clear green with stuff inside. And I was like, that's cool, but I really wanted this. The only way to get this was to buy the set of them.
Oh.
So this is
Oh.
where they got me.
Oh.
They suckered you.
So in addition to this guy, which I'll show off the accessories in a second, there are these other two ones here.
Oh,
So
boy.
all three of these together, which at first I was like, man, I don't need all those Kongs, like, but hear me out, collectors. This is, I'm going to see if I got this right.
Can't
got one of
resist
your
a Toho
Kong
Kong.
fans.
Cannot resist a
I'm
Toho
not really,
Kong.
what'd you say, Leslie?
You're not really a Kong fan. Like,
That's
what is all this?
true. I know. Trust me. I was having a little bit of a crisis of
They suckered
personality.
you. They got
Right?
you.
Okay, hang on. Okay, so first up, the guy was very nice, and I appreciated he and I were chatting a bit, and I was really surprised at how much I was like, man, these are, because I walked away from the table, and because I thought I had to spend money on something else, and then Frank enabled me, is true. Helmy
That's
would
what
be
we
proud
do,
of
Frank.
you.
That's what we do.
Okay, so, but here's the deal, right? So obviously 62 Kong is what I needed. 67 Kong I have the apes or whatever
Apes
it is version.
Yeah, Apes version, yeah.
And then Nathaniel Plummer is watching. I see him asking the question right now. Is that the 86 King Kong? Well, the answer is yes.
Oh no!
Because what they
Oh,
did is they
Male- male and
created
female?
the 86 and the
Oh.
76 Kong.
my God.
Oh my
So-
god.
So each of these has the same body, but a different head, right? So this is like 62, and then I'm sorry if I've got this wrong, but 76 and
76.
86.
Yes, you get
Okay.
Yep. You got it.
But
Wow. Wow.
dude, look at these.
That
The
is
colorways
really
are incredible.
Yeah.
They're so
They're cool.
good. I walked away from the table. I walked around, was hanging out with Frank, and then yeah, exactly. And then the next thing I know, I'm like, damn it, I think I need that set. So I went back and I paid the money for them. So now I technically have all the Kongs.
Look
except
at
for
Leslie's
Peter
face.
Jackson. Yeah,
I'm
I
so
know,
damn
right?
proud. I am proud as hell.
Okay.
My boy
Now-
has come home. Come on in. Give it to me. Yeah.
Okay, here's the weird part. Okay, here's the weird part, right? They come with these accessories, right?
Oh my God.
And I think this is a helmet. So this
This
is
is more stuff?
yeah, each one comes with different stuff.
I was
A
expecting.
drill
I was
arm?
expecting berry juice and stuff, and an octopus.
No, not
Oh.
this. See,
Oh,
they are
wow.
really
Okay.
separating this from the
Oh,
the
okay.
King
It's
Kong,
like wink,
right?
wink. Yeah.
Yeah,
Evidently, yeah.
a crazy so all of these accessories, and they're different. The ones for the 62 are different than the ones from this. Like this one has like a skull kind of helmet you put over the top of his head, and this one
Battle
has
armor. They got battle armor?
battle armor. It's crazy. It's wild, man.
Funny. That's
Yeah,
really
Nathaniel, I think when I actually now here's the deal. I'm going to say this out loud. These are not for sale. Okay. When I first
Oh, you
saw
just-
them though,
Dashed his dreams.
I was like, man, maybe I'll just get the 62 and I'll sell the other two. But the more I look at them, the more I'm like, they're funny cool, man. Like I don't want to get rid of them. Like honestly, the 62, while it's the one I wanted, has like the least interesting paint job. I love the fact that this one has purple. I love the fact that this one has this like sort of like turquoisey metallic color, and kudos to Tokyo
Speechless.
Siggy because he like really just nailed the sculpt on the face, and like everything's just so crazy fun about him. So look at me now. I've got a little ape collection.
Cuckoo for
I'm
Kong.
glad Leslie's proud of me.
Oh yeah, I'm proud of the fact you. Hey, do me a favor, show up that 62 one again. I want to see.
Sure.
Yeah, because why did he save his chest? He looks like a stripper from the 70s. Why did he do that? Go ahead, come with your sexy ass. That's what I'm talking about. Make it rain in there, baby. Oh,
Okay.
don't rub him. Don't rub him. This is a family show. Don't you rub him.
We don't have to worry. We don't have to worry about being demonetized because we don't do that.
Congrats, my dude. I
Thanks.
love you even more now. I love you even more
Okay.
now.
I didn't expect that to be the case. I thought, oh well, we're gonna get an octopus and some berry juice and maybe I
Yeah.
don't know.
It's crazy.
No,
Like
no.
anyway, it was really weird. Okay. Okay, let me say that the following week Mike Johnson was here, and so he and I went out and
Mike Johnson.
did some toy shopping.
That's a real Mike
And
Johnson?
anyway, so we went to a brand new toy store here in Tokyo. It's in Nakano, but not in Nakano Broadway Mall. It's called Sofu Base. And
Oh.
overall, they had a really great selection of figures, but even taking into consideration the modern renaissance or public love that there is for Sofubi, so the prices were a little high, but not on everything. So I picked up this Yamomark
I love Yamamark. Oh,
Cool.
Naranga,
yeah.
right?
So
Naranga,
great.
yeah.
Naranga. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I have the Gabora in my collection already, so he's gonna go next to him. This is not a glow in the dark figure. even though it kind of looks like it could be.
could
It's just
be,
like a
yeah.
weird little sort of like jade. I don't know what you'd call this color. It's like sort of
Jadeite,
bluish,
like jadeite. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
jadish.
Yeah,
Anyway, yeah, yeah. Yamamark does great stuff.
love Yamamark. I've got quite a
Love
few of
them.
those, yeah.
Great size
Great
for
size.
for a collection that's trying to keep things tight. And now I'm gonna say next thing I'm moving on to is another piece I got while I was out with Mike, and I've been looking at these for a long time because similar to so many people, I sold a bunch of stuff when I moved out here, right? So when I sold things, sometimes in my life I've had to get them back. And so I picked up this Bandai Hyper Hobby exclusive GMK that's got glitter
Glitter. Yeah, yeah.
Sick.
and gold.
Nice.
And I had this in my collection. It's probably one of my precursors to the Crazy Sophie stuff. I've always loved it. I remember getting it when it came out through Yahoo Japan. And so I picked this up from Mandarake in person for a 15,000 yen. So not too terrible price wise, but I'm very happy to have this guy back in the collection because, of course, I love GMK and this colorway has always appealed to me. Coming up on the end of my show and tell stuff here. Recently, wow, okay, we lost Christine too. Anyway, recently there was a collab here in Japan between a company called Nico and ... I don't know what the ... is for, but they recently had a Subaraya collab, so they had all this cool Ultraman stuff. We got a bunch of it. So let me open an image to share as well, because my wife, she's interested in the kaiju stuff overall, but for the most part, she really likes Ultraman. She's like, when I showed her Ultraman, she was like, "Oh, this is where it's at." Like the Godzilla, yada yada. But okay, so I'll share that image in a second. Ultraman collection from Nico and Ellipses. They had this cute Dada plush
Oh no, that's so great. That's
That-
great. I love
that lives downstairs on our couch because that's where Lady Kyle wants him to stay. And so
That is
when
awesome.
you walk into the living room,
That's
it's almost like
amazing.
he's like, "Hey guys."
Love.
That's one
You have to
sexy
take some
Dada
pictures with
lounging.
that.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, that's not all. So, if you like Sonораmas, they put out several items with this
Oh.
awesome Sonorama artwork. This is a towel.
Oh,
You
that's,
guys see
Sick.
that? Okay.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
that looks like it could
Wow.
be hanging
And
in
not
Kaiju
only did I
Sakura.
get the
Red King.
what's that?
That's
Yeah,
what
it looks like
it
the
could be
one
hanging
at the
in
back of
Sakura. Yep.
yeah, and Kawasaki no longer around.
Yes.
But
yes.
not only did they do this on a towel, which I don't know why I got the towel, but I did also get a little rug with the artwork on it.
Oh
Cool.
man, that's so
That's
cool.
cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Wow.
Also, now comes the screen share. It's been so long since I've done this. We want to hide the sidebar. We want to, yeah, okay. Share the screen right here with that. And
Like right.
they had a dot. They actually have a couple of these, but this is the one we got. We got a Dada umbrella.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes.
Fantastic. Oh my god.
And yeah,
That's
so
great.
Lady Kyle was super stoked. She got two cool Dada things, and then the last thing that they had in the collection that I picked up was this. This is a huge Ultraman blanket. Like it's like one of
Wow.
those throw blankets, and everything was, I think, for the total for all of that stuff was under $200.
Wow.
Whereas when this kind of stuff comes out from like the Godzilla store, or like there was an M1 collab with a blanket like this that alone was about a $200 purchase. So I'm
wow,
super
okay.
happy to have this stuff.
I love it.
I
Excellent.
I bought it. I bought the stuff immediately. Like Lady Kyle had a friend visiting. Her friend Shalise was here, and I was like, "I'm sorry that you have your friend here and you want to go do stuff. You need to sit down right now with me, and we need to figure out exactly what we're getting from this collab because it just launched, and so already a bunch of the stuff is out of stock. So
Dang.
those were awesome. I loved them so much, and very happy to have them in the house.
I love that you're
Congrats.
showing off like housey things. Like we need
Right?
a Kaiju Wayfair. Like it needs like I need like a
Kaiju
Mothra
Wayfair.
chair.
Kaiju Fair?
Well, go to Japan, Donnie. That's all they have there.
I-
All those department stores, they've got that stuff.
It needs to happen.
It needs
It does need to happen.
Kaiju
You
wear.
do need to
Same.
come to Japan, Donnie.
Yeah.
I do. I
Yeah.
absolutely do.
All right, so that's my show and tell. I don't
What's
think
up
I
with
have anything
Christine?
else I really need. I don't know.
She
I'm
had to
actually-
I think she's resetting her router.
Okay. Yeah. She says she can't join because she says no connection. So she'll show up. But while we're going to wait
Yeah.
for Christine, let me make Mr. Leslie Chambers
Yeah, speak for yourself on that
take
one.
the main spot. And let's check in with the chat room because we do have 43 people watching live right now, hanging out with us. I did see,
Cool.
actually, but sort of before you get going, Leslie, or no, I'll have you do this first. You guys go ahead, and then I will try. While you're doing that, I'll try and find the comment that I wanted to respond to. So let's
Okay.
check in with this chat room.
Okay, I'm gonna go super fast because I know sometimes I can get ahead of myself, so I'm gonna try and go as Monsterverse fan as possible. So here we go. I'm
You're a
sorry,
trip.
I'm sorry. Mark Zilla, what's going on, Frank? Frank's in the chat, of course.
Hey, Frank.
Let's see. Okay, yeah, okay, because it keeps on scrolling up. All right, Frank, Mitchell, 5495, Nathaniel, what's going on? At CAD 40, Chuck U Satsu, sorry if I killed that. Mitchell 5495. Ray 2D2, how you doing, good sir? Heal me, whatever. Donny, Donny, Huyun 2391. I know I killed that. Mark Zilla, how you doing, good sir? Let's see. Them said, THM SED. Sorry if I killed that. I'm killing everybody today. At D Baker 7817. How you doing? Let's see. Albert Escobedo 7. How you doing, my man? Let's see who else. Kaiju Crusader. Of course, we all know that's Robert Dwyer. Again, I know he's happy because Jonathan Dan Ultra 7 is coming to G Fest, my man.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, can't wait. Let's see who else. Let's see. Do the same people. Oh, Kaiju Battle. What's up?
What's up,
Mike,
Mike?
how you
Cool.
doing? Let's see who else.
My better half, Keith Daniels.
Yeah, Keith's in there.
course,
Greg
Mothra
Coggin, 8345. What's going on? Let's see who.
Drew Brooks.
Yep, Drew Brooks. Noah Barrett, he's in there. Let's see. They're the same people. Oh, the Kaiju Kingdom podcast. They're in the chat.
Oh, what's up, Chris?
All right.
Chris, nice. What's up, Chris?
Let's see who else. They're the same people. Oh, Jake Hall 3864. Jedi Granville. What's up, Walter? How you doing, my man?
What's up, Walter?
Yeah, haven't seen him in a while.
Love
Let's
Walter.
see. I think he's coming to G Fest. Okay, cool. Let's see who else. Well, still the same people, that is it for. Oh, Ty Bug 1. I just saw you. Sorry. But far as I know, that is pretty much it, and we're still at 42 people holding strong. So, thank you so much.
Excellent.
So I guess this brought all the boys to the yard, but okay, whatever. But, but that's it.
Oh.
Thank you.
Ray, so this is
You just muted yourself.
Uh-oh, you
Jonathan.
muted.
Okay, here we go. Thank
Okay.
you. The top of this is so easy to just hit and tap. Anyway, so Ray, this is a magnet from the Monogram. Was it Monogram Tokidoki? It's a Mothra magnet. It's like one of those blind boxes you can get
Yeah.
at like, I don't know, your usual place like Box Lunch or whatnot,
Kaiju,
or Target.
Kaiju Wayfair.
Kaiju Wayfair. I just taped him very you know,
Perfect.
yeah.
Kyle, you probably shouldn't have shown those King Kong figures because Nathaniel's going to stalk you now. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, he's very excited. I just keep seeing these pop up. Yep.
I mean, I don't blame him. They're really cool.
I mean,
that's messed up.
Nathaniel,
I would-
money talks, baby.
I would reach out to Tokyo CE on Instagram. Just
Okay.
if you're interested in them, reach out to him. I mean, I've never met the guy before, seen them ever before, so it was a big shock to see them. I'm very stoked. And actually, Mr. Nathaniel Plummer, you asked if we are going to have a panel at G Fest. Yes, sir. And everybody interested, we do have a panel at G Fest. We will be doing our live Collect All Monsters episode at G Fest in one of the big panel rooms, and it will be taking place at the normal time, which Chicago time would be 5 p.m. on Saturday. So
Got
if
that,
you're going to be
Christine?
around, yeah, where's she? Yeah. If you're going to be around G Fest, make sure to do that. And I think, pretty sure we're going to have a live giveaway from Spiral and maybe Tig Toys. So
Oh,
just saying.
Okay.
color me intrigued.
David, do you still have our tickets?
I think I do. I have to dig them out. They're in a box somewhere. Yeah, I was gonna say, dig out them tickets, baby.
Exactly. And I'm not sure how we're going to do this either, but Christine's not here right now. We have not sold all of our Kamagon figures yet, so maybe what we'll do is just hold off on any sort of internet sales and bring the Kamagons to G Fest. Also, I want to make sure that we have like a Collect All Monsters Monster Collectors like big group photo. That would be
Absolutely.
super cool. So
1000%.
stay tuned. I think what we'll definitely do is we'll have that stuff ready for announcement in the next episode in June, because I definitely want to see how many people we can pack into the panel room for a giveaway, because that last time we did that was absolutely
insane.
nuts.
That was insane.
We don't have a table this year, so we'll figure something out. Maybe we'll do a not viewer party, not listener party, but a Collect All Monsters Monster Collector party.
Friend of the show party. Yeah, friends of the show party. Yeah.
Saturday night,
South side of
maybe.
Chicago.
Yep.
That's where we're going. We're going to the hood with that one, baby.
I
Y'all
think
be
we'll probably
fine.
stay at the hotel, bro.
Y'all get the golden pass. I can vouch for y'all. Y'all be good.
I appreciate that.
I mean, just duck every
Will they
now and
let me
then,
at the
but
barbecue?
as long as you don't put raisins in the potato salad, you're gonna be fine.
Oh my god. Well, I'm excited. I'm super stoked that I'm going to be making it to G Fest this year, and it's going to be awesome to be there with my crew. Going to be awesome to be there with you. If you're going to be there at G Fest, you should. I know there's been sort of a lack of announcements, despite Dan Muraboshi being announced today. I'm going to be co-interviewing Yuji Kaida with Stan Hyde. That's going to be fun.
Well, that's awesome.
At some point, but yeah, should be good, should be fun. I would love for there to be more. I'm saying this out to the universe. I would love for there to be another opportunity for us to see the Ultraman fighting live shows, because that was one of the things I had the biggest oh man, what moment?
FOMO. We had FOMO
last
for
year.
that one.
Yeah.
Big FOMO. Yeah, me too. Ditto.
Okay, so having said that, we are currently still down to Christine, but we're going to go ahead and move on, because the next thing that happens with Collectible Monsters is we take a brief break. Our intermission is just over 2 minutes. When we come back from that, we're going straight into Mothraville. So we will see you in a couple minutes.
ブルマークの怪獣シリーズなのだ。
レーシングカーだ。
スピードコントローラーでぐんぐん走るミニカードライブゲームなのだ。
お子様の夢を育てるブルマーク。
今新たな戦いが始まる。最強の怪獣がゲームで決まる。爆発する怪獣の怒りが格闘アクションを変えた。スーパーファミコンソフトゴジラ怪獣大決戦。さあ怪獣になろう。流れ着いた巨大な卵、それはモスラ誕生。無敵のゴジラに驚異の三段変化で挑むモスラ。果たしてゴジラを倒せるのか。ゴジラ対モスラ。
And we're back. Mahala. Okay, we're not going to actually go into a song and dance here, but we are here to talk about the Queen of the Monsters, Mothra. Unfortunately, I will say Christine's router has been attacked by Belvera, and so she's not able to join us right now. She
Nice.
At some point, hopefully she'll hop back in and we can continue things. But we're gonna go ahead and proceed with this wonderful group of five, and let's just talk a little bit about Mothra. I think what I'd like to do is just go. I don't know why everybody rearranged here, but I'd like to go co-host by co-host here. And what was it I said? I'd like to know your history of Mothra. How are you introduced to Mothra? And we'll do that first. How are you introduced to Mothra? What was your first like Mothra film or media property? So kicking things off with Mr. Chambers. What was it that brought the Queen of the Monsters into your life, sir?
Actually, the first movie I ever saw with Mothra in it was actually Ghidra, the three-headed monster. So, which is the perfect movie to be exposed to all four of them. Actually, you know what? Besides Godzilla, it was my first Ghidra movie. Obviously, it's the first time we ever saw Ghidra. It's my first Rodan movie. I didn't see the original Mothra and Rodan until many years later. I want to say like 15 years after I saw Megalon. But as far as like Mothra, I mean, I got a plethora of them, which you'll see momentarily, ladies and gentlemen. But I love her design. Like I love pretty much almost everything about her. Now, do I feel some movies was she overused? Yeah, absolutely. Donny, don't cuss me out. I'm just saying. But but for the most part, Mothra has been an awesome mainstay when it comes to this franchise, especially her complicated relationship with Godzilla. Sometimes they're friends, sometimes they're enemies, they're frenemies, or in the MonsterVerse, Godzilla is Mothra's bitch for some reason, but um, which I thoroughly enjoy, honestly. I mean, seriously, when you watch the last two MonsterVerse films, at least the last one, The New Empire, whenever Mothra shows up, Godzilla's like this. He's like a hen pet. He's like me when Santa shows up. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I will do what you say, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You know, it's funny, but yeah, that was my first introduction to Mothra again, and it's weird because that in that film we see the larva version. I didn't know Mothra could become the adult flying version until many years later, until I saw Sea Monster. Because again, I saw Sea Monster before I saw the original Mothra. You know, and it's funny. I was reading the first 70 years of Godzilla book from Ed Godziszewski that came out last year. And one of the cool things that they were gonna do with Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster was to have the flying version of a monster.
I'm back, baby. You thought you could get rid of me.
Way to interrupt. Oh man, you're definitely going to be on the list
now. You're
now.
in big trouble.
You're interrupting Leslie's nice, well thought out discussion point.
That was perfect timing. Then.
Oh, I don't think Takarada approves either.
That's right.
No, there he is. He doesn't approve now.
Can't keep a girl down. I was struggling out there, man. I was fighting.
Leslie, keep it together.
I'm so glad that I interrupted Leslie out of all people. This is like perfect. That's the best timing.
Boy.
Best timing ever. All right, continue on now because I'm bad, so we can continue this.
I feel like I could hear like the hot water boiling from Leslie from North Carolina.
I forgot.
Steam coming out of his ears.
I forgot my train of thought. I mean,
you know, how to pop in here. You know,
were talking about Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster. That was your first time you saw Mothra with all four of them.
Oh yeah. Right? I'm sorry. Forrest Gump distracted me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry, but yeah, one of the original ideas for Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster was to have the adult Mothra be in the final battle, not the larva one. So can you imagine flying Mothra, Rodan, and Ghidorah and Godzilla? Of course, Godzilla's be the only one who can't fly. So he'd be like, really?
Should have done that.
Like, really? You know?
But if we had done that, we would not have gotten Larva, Mothra, riding Rodan.
Yeah.
Like, that was such a cool...
iconic scene.
Yeah, it was. And again, if you got a problem with the finish of that movie, then you should have a problem with the finish of the previous movie. But we ain't got to talk about that until much later. Because, Don, I want to ask you about that. Are you one of those fans that have a problem with Godzilla losing the way he did in the previous movie? But we'll talk about that momentarily. But that's how I got introduced to Mothra. David, what about you? What's your introduction to Mothra?
So, just like you, it took several years for me to see the original Mothra film. Ironically, coincidentally, my first time I saw Mothra was Mothra vs. Godzilla on the 4:30 movie, coming home from school in like the mid-70s. And I was like, wow. I had already seen Monster Zero at that point and King Kong versus Godzilla, so I knew what Godzilla was, but I had never seen Mothra before. And as you remember, in the US, it was Godzilla versus the Thing, so I didn't know what the Thing was.
All right.
Until the egg until we saw Mothra. I'm like, why are they calling this big moth the Thing? Whatever. Okay, we'll just go with it. But it just still, I like that movie as much or more than I did when I was a kid. It just speaks to me. It holds up. It stands the test of time. It's just a phenomenal movie. And man, I think aside from the Tokyo SOS, which Leslie had mentioned, which is, spoiler alert, my favorite incarnation of Mothra. Again, Leslie and I are on the same page. My second favorite incarnation is the 64 Mothra. The special effects, the way the puppeteers, all of it, they just did a phenomenal job with that prop. And they did use some of the props from the original film, but there was a new one constructed for that for Mothra versus Godzilla. But that was my very, very, very first introduction to Mothra.
Oh wow!
And I got both. I got the larva, and I got the imago version, is what they call the adult version. And again, I have to say, when I was 6 or 7, I was a little bit put out that the two little caterpillars beat Godzilla. But now I'm an adult, I can realize that it's David versus Goliath. It's good versus evil. It's man's folly playing with nuclear power, versus like the guardian of the earth. Even though I have to say this real quick, in the original Mothra is definitely, there's a lot of atomic, references in there, like nuclear references. The juice, the red juice that the natives drink, is made from the atomic radiated molds that grow in the caves, and they never really explore that any further in any of the rest of the series. But I never realized until I watched it recently that juice comes directly from those molds in the caves from the island. And anyway, getting back to the original question that Kyle gave, the first time I saw it was my third Godzilla film, Mothra vs. Godzilla, in the mid-'70s on the 4:30 movie on Channel 9 in New Jersey. So, Christine, what was your first time?
Oh wait, before we get moving, David, would you do me a favor? I think it looks like your microphone might be twisted a little bit. I'm not sure which the spot is, what your hot spot is for when you talk, but like,
can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but like it's better when you're either closer. I was wondering if you turned it, if it was like, oh no, you're all good.
I may have turned it, so hopefully you heard all that, because that's
yeah, we heard it for sure. Okay. It's just like it was a little quiet.
Thank you. No, thank you for bringing that to my attention. No, and quiet is something that never is really associated with me, so I don't want that to be the case. But yeah, thank you. Anyway, as I was saying, Christine, what was your first your first time you were introduced to Mothra?
All right, so it actually was Godzilla versus the Sea Monster, which, because, oh man, I loved that movie growing up. So, I mean, I didn't know that. I mean, here, because of course I haven't seen the original Godzilla, and now I'm like, well, back in the 90s, it was hard to find anything. So it was, the Sea Monster was on VHS tape. And so I'm watching, I'm like, oh my God, we got all these cool monsters now. We got Giant Condor, we got Eberron, also we got Mothra out of nowhere. But in that one, there was no larva. It was just her adult form. So like my first time seeing this, I was like, oh man, there's all these other monsters out here I have no idea about. And I thought she was really cool. She comes in, saves everybody off the island, carries them away in a little basket, back to safety. It was so cute. But she was looking a little rough, though, I gotta say. She was looking a little rough.
Oh, the cigarette on the side of her face?
Yes. Oh, she's been through some things up until that point. But yeah, that was the first time I ever seen or heard of Mothra. And then like you, I didn't see the original until...
No, years later. Yeah.
Not even, I want to say 2013. Whenever the first time I went to see Takarada and Nakajima in Boston. That was when I first watched the original Mothra. Was at Rich's house with Samson and Brian at his condo, and we watched that. And there's we watched War of the Gargantuas, which I've been slacking, man. Yeah, that was the first time I saw the original Mothra. So good too, so good. And I thought it was funny, Kyle, at the beginning of our stream here, the commercial playing kept saying he. And I've never thought Mothra as a male, except for in the trilogy when, we got Iron Mothra and Mothra Leo. But I always thought, she's the queen of the monsters. But
well, I think always, back then, back then, there was so much less personalization. That's not right. Anthropomorphication. Sorry,
that's a $1 million word. Yeah,
of the monsters, right? They were just. It was a monster. Not to mention, I don't think the people that made the trailer saw the movie. Like everything in the trailer that I showed was just like a still image, like a still painting. And so, and if I'm just going to call them out, the people that made, what was it, Columbia, right? Did the first, they released it here in America. Yeah. Released it in America. It says like, ravishing a world for love as the tagline on the poster for, and that, like, first up, ravishing is not an action verb. It's
not.
It's an adjective. And so it really kind of like shows the lack of thought put into those press materials for back in
Right.
1960. So I think don't worry about the misuse of pronouns on Mothra from 1960, because those guys clearly, they were probably drinking bourbon while they were writing it and smoking cigars.
That was funny. I never seen that before. I was like, what is that?
We could probably do a whole show on the Mothra pronouns, because Mothra in the Showa era, it goes from male to female, and I know the larvas, one's a male, one's a female. It's just very complicated and very confusing. So, yeah, and also in the trailer that Kyle showed, the black and white trailer, they said Mothra's devastating death ray. I'm like, I'm still waiting to see that. You know, I mean, I mean, we get a semblance of that in later, incarnations, but in the first couple, the show of Mothra, we didn't see no death ray. No. I mean, maybe I missed it. I don't know.
They must have mixed it up with some other movie.
Yeah.
It's a very, I mean, I love it because like the whole beginning, who is Mothra? What is Mothra? Why does all the world fear Mothra? Like those old trailers had such
They're the best.
gravitas to them that like you just don't really get in any kind of other
Stunning
like, trailer.
action.
And
yeah,
also
exactly.
it's like,
yeah.
and the Thing campaign. It's like
The
let's just
mysterious
pretend it's not Mothra.
Yeah.
The Thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then they go so far as in the Tetra dub, they still call it the Thing all the way through. Mothra, the mighty Thing is going to die. It's like, okay.
Oh, look.
All right.
Thing.
Okay. Yeah. So that's 1950s and 60s advertising for you. We got to get Don
funny.
Draper in on that one to fix that campaign.
Right.
exactly. All right. So, Jonathan. Wait, no, did you go, Jonathan? You should go next.
Yep. JP.
Yeah.
Okay.
How were you introduced to Mothra?
So my introduction to Mothra was actually with Destroy All Monsters, but it was more of a passive introduction because obviously we get the larval version of Mothra. So I guess my true introduction to OG Mothra, adult Mothra, the one that is synonymous with the original, and then in Mothra vs. Godzilla was Mothra vs. Godzilla. That was one of the early Godzilla movies my uncle showed me, and it was one of the first ones that I saw that was a Godzilla versus film. So it was the first kaiju that I saw and then essentially fighting like one-on-one with Godzilla. And so Mothra versus Godzilla would probably be the true introduction to Mothra.
Nice.
And you guys all know how I feel about that movie. Just an incredible piece of filmmaking and in the series itself. And also I would like to say, for all those people out there, I will kindly say this, for all those people out there who do not like the fact that Godzilla lost to two small larval Mothras, well, that to me is like the ultimate, like David said, David versus Goliath. Not only do the kaiju, they beat Godzilla, but they outsmart Godzilla. They use strategy and tactics to get rid of Godzilla and to push him away, basically deter him. So they kind of like, they go one up on Godzilla, basically avenging not only their mother, but also like, basically kind of getting like, so Godzilla got his with Mothra, now they got theirs with, versus Godzilla. So there's a lot of powerful aspects to that, the underdog story, it's like one of the classic examples of the underdog story. And I just think it's very important to have that in a Godzilla movie. Godzilla doesn't always have to beat the monster. Godzilla doesn't always have to be the victor. Okay? Especially when he's a villain.
Say
Like
it
you need to
again.
have some sort
You
of,
tell him, Jonathan.
Say it again
Yeah,
for the people in the back who can't hear
Yeah.
you. Say it again.
just because we love Godzilla, and we all do. Godzilla is the title monster, so to speak. But like Godzilla doesn't always have to win. Godzilla can lose, and that's okay.
But he didn't die. If they would have
didn't
killed
die.
Godzilla,
Right,
that
he
would
didn't
be
die.
a different story. If
Yeah, they
would've
basically just
killed
like
him-
they kind of like just
Right.
shoved him over the side.
And-
He's like, see you
and
later.
think about it. When most of us saw this movie, like especially us old timers, when we saw it in the 70s on TV, we were already in love with dinosaurs. We loved it, so we wanted to see the dinosaur win. Bugs were like a second fiddle to the dinosaurs. So I wanted the dinosaur to win. I didn't really know too much about Godzilla, but I'm like I said, I grew up and I realized that that's not what the storyteller wanted to happen, and I've grown to love it. And I think that it's perfect. It's a perfect ending. And again, like Leslie said, if you have a problem with that, got a problem with the next one too. So and the one after that.
Yeah, I mean, basically, yeah. But here's another thing. It's funny you said your reaction when you were younger as to an adult. It changed. It evolved.
It changed, of course.
But it's interesting. Mine, when I watched the movies, I never had like, I love them so much, but I never really had like a visceral reaction to if Godzilla won or lost. When I remember always replaying the end battle in Mothra vs. Godzilla over and over and over again, just because I was so fascinated by the moths or the larva being able to like do what they did, but also like seeing the silk come out and like basically envelop him.
It's beautifully
that was
done.
so
It's
interesting to me.
Beautifully done scene. It's the special effects are spot on too, and
it was
the music, the crescendo of the music. And it's just so dynamic, and I love that battle. I think it's one of the greatest battles in any Godzilla film, and to this day. And that silk effect, I don't even think they did it as well in Tokyo SOS. I think it's perfect in the Showa era films. But I don't know. I just love that movie so much. I love it so much.
Yeah, I mean, you took the words right out of my mouth. There you go. Anyway, that's it for me. That's all I got. So who's next?
Donny.
Chapter 1. I'm kidding. No, so well, okay. For context, my first Godzilla movie that I ever watched was the Showa Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla. So I was immediately used to Hero Godzilla. So when my first exposure to Mothra was Mothra versus Godzilla. And you might surprise you all to know that I initially was not a Mothra fan, because when I was a kid, I was like so focused on Hero Godzilla that I was mad. Also, that Godzilla lost.
That's a whole different angle. Yeah.
But after watching the movie a couple of times, I started really like empathizing with Mothra a lot, and the moment I saw those twin fairies, I lost. I was like, I need to be them. I want to be them. Those hats, the bobs, like I don't know, like something gay activated in me at like 7 because of those outfits. But no, I really fell in love with Mothra versus Godzilla because not only the music but also the battles. I also really connected with the larva being the underdog, and I just thought that the history of Infant Island too in that film was super fascinating. But I think my love of Mothra really cemented when I watched Ebra, Horror of the Deep. That is my favorite Showa film. And
I did not know that.
I know, right? And so even though Mothra appears in it for like 5 seconds and she's like sleeping 90% of the time, the life I wish I could live. But that movie is just, it's a very beautiful movie. It's underrated. I think that it has.
You're preaching to the choir. We all love it too.
Well, I'm glad because like other people.
I think everybody here loves
that movie.
I love that. Yes, Mothra's in it, but I feel like she's utilized well as being like the vehicle to save everyone at the end, right? But I really just enjoyed like the larger than life characters. I loved her. Like my favorite scene, in fact, I use this GIF all the time, is when Mothra just slaps Godzilla with her wing and like knocks him over. Like I'll send a text to my husband if I'm mad at him and be like, "This is what I want to do." But awesome. It's such a good movie. It's such a great movie. And then from there on out, I was addicted and I loved Mothra. And I was very annoyed that we barely got any Mothra in the 70s films.
Right.
But
when did you see the original Mothra film? That's the one that sort of.
Yes, I ended up seeing that after.
Origin story.
Yeah, I saw that after Ebra, Horror of the Deep, because I don't know, it was like some monster movie marathon in the 90s. I used to remember the name of the movie marathon, but I can't remember what it was called. But I remember seeing the original Mothra and I was just like dumbfounded. I was just like, this is beautiful. This is stunning. And yeah, the original Mothra is probably one of my favorite. It's probably in my top 5 favorite kaiju films as a whole. Yeah.
Nice.
Excellent.
You know, I gotta say, I'm echoing a little bit of Donnie's response there for myself, because for me, I feel like my introduction, like I'm almost positive my introduction to Mothra was either Godzilla versus the Sea Monster or Godzilla versus the Thing, because when I first watched these movies, they were all on VHS. I had no idea what the order was. There was no internet when I started watching them.
They were all out of order.
So I think that, you know, I sort of probably I had a very sort of like mainstreamish reaction to the movies. I wasn't diving deep into them when I first saw the whole show of stuff. I was basically using them as passive entertainment anyway, that I loved, but you know, I was probably like, yeah, a big moth, blah blah blah, you know, and I probably talked mad crap about Mothra for my first like several years of fandom. But I think it was when well, first up, if I've said this many times on the show before, when I moved to Portland, that's when I discovered, someone showed me Mike's Movie Madness, which was a VHS rental company back in the 1990s. That I was like super shocked to find that they had all of these movies, and so I started getting everything from the Tokusatsu Toho universe, and you know, Daiei and stuff like that too. But I think I had pretty much dismissed Mothra until I saw the original 1961 film, and that, I'm pretty sure, is what changed my mind about the monster and the lore and the character itself. Like, that first movie is it is such a spectacle, and even when it starts, you really can tell, like, oh, this is not just a cheap monster movie. Not that I thought that the Godzilla movies were necessarily like cheap monster movies, but like, it sort of just made me go like, this is like the real deal. Like, they put a lot of time and effort into the whole production of this movie. I was absolutely blown away by the very first Mothra movie, which was, of course, probably one of the last Mothra movies I saw. And I think for me, that first film is, I mean, it's definitely my favorite of the Mothra movies, and I think more people should see it. I'm so glad that it has been released not just on home video as a blanket statement, but it's been put out like in a steel book and a Blu-ray, and there's all sorts of ways to see it, both the Japanese and the rough English language dub, which is nice and nostalgic, but wow, really does not stand the test of time. The Mothra one. But yeah, to me, that's like, even though I was introduced with, like, you know, a smaller role in the Toho Monsterverse, or whatever you want to call the Tohoverse, like, seeing the 61 really opened my mind to what Mothra could be. And actually, you know what? I meant to say this earlier. As per usual, I have a ton of images that I would like to share.
Ooh.
So I am going to go. It has nothing to do with what we're talking about, except for the sort of just Mothra as a whole. So I'm going to start sharing these, and like, you guys will keep talking. But we don't need to acknowledge what's on screen necessarily.
Well, Kyle,
but
you made a really good point, and I think it's exactly how I felt when I saw it. When you see the original Mothra film for the first time, you realize that it's not your typical standard monster on the loose American like formula for a monster movie. It's like you said, it's a spectacle. It's its own thing. It's got a whole different energy to it, and Subaraya took so much time with the sets and the props, and it just feels different than any other thing that I had seen at that time. And not saying that I really appreciated it at the time as much as I do now, but I get what you mean. It felt different than anything that I had seen up until that point. And that's why it holds up to this day.
It felt like almost like a musical, not a musical. It felt almost like you watch my God, I'm saying the wrong thing in my head. Wizard of Oz, right?
Like a fantasy,
And
like
you're
like a fantasy film.
and you're like, oh wow, look at all of this amazing set work, and the music that they have. It just sounds and looks so incredible that it's hard to dismiss it. And it really the first Mothra movie is absolutely phenomenal. Just such an incredible piece of filmmaking.
If anyone gets a chance, because I'm sure many of you have heard that the Luminous Fairies in Mothra was just released, like the novelization, the translation.
The inspiration for the film.
I had a chance to read it before it was released, and I have to say that it completely made me appreciate the original film and like its roots even more so. Like the fact that like Mothra was originally intended to be like a pretty hugely political film as well, but they kind of toned it down. But also what I really appreciated after reading The Luminous Fairy and Mothra is realizing that each subsequent film featuring Mothra, notably like Mothra versus Godzilla, Godzilla versus Mothra 92, and even the Mothra trilogy, all took tidbits from the novelization and weaved them into the actual
into the lore.
Into the lore. So yeah, if you get a chance to read it, it's interesting. I will say, full disclosure, it's not as cohesive as the Godzilla novelizations because it was 3 separate really popular authors coming together and putting together their concept for this film. And then the film itself took the creative liberty of filling in the gaps, essentially. So, but it really helped to open my eyes, and it drew attention to a lot of themes surrounding Mothra that I had not even considered before.
No, that's
great. So
great.
Check it out.
Oh, that's awesome. I actually have not read that and would love to.
Yeah, I haven't either. I got
one of the reasons that it felt different for many of us is because Toho wanted to gear this film towards women and younger people. Because they realized in research that that's whose asses were in the theaters and wanted to get them into theaters. They're a demographic that needs to be utilized. So that's why she's sort of not a horrible destructive creature, even though as you see right there, the Mothra larva is destroying Shinagawa to get to Tokyo Tower to save the Shobijin. But it's geared towards women. It's got more of a feminine aspect to it, and I think that's refreshing for a lot of people too.
Yeah,
and there is a lot of comedic bits in the original Mothra, more than I remembered. I just watched
Frankie
it. It's
Sakai.
like Frankie Sakai, who's a comedian, right, by trade. And the whole thing in the American version, they called him a bulldog, and in the Japanese, he's a snapping turtle. So I honestly think, as good as that character is, I think that they took those prototypes and improved on them in Mothra versus Godzilla, because the photographer's kind of boring. She doesn't really do too much. She's just kind of like, Yuriko Hoshi takes that same character and like runs with it, and she's much more of a presence on screen, I think. But that's just me. And again, I don't understand why Toho didn't just have them reprise their roles, like Hiroshi Koizumi. Instead of playing he should have been Chujo again, right? Don't you think? I mean, it's like it's so close to the. I don't know. There a few missteps here and there, but again, it's just makes it for just a very interesting watch. And I know a lot of Godzilla fans maybe just kind of gloss over it and don't really watch it. Hopefully this show will inspire you to go watch it, either version, the American or the Japanese version, because it's definitely a worthy, part of the universe, of the Godzilla universe.
Yeah.
For sure.
So the next question in the lineup for you guys is so we touched on a little bit of this, but one by one, let's go starting of course with Leslie again, and say what out of every single iteration there is of Mothra, which are your favorites?
Mm. I mean, she's always been beautiful. Um, the designs, I mean, I pretty much love them all, but you know what? I'm a pivot a little bit, and I'll tell you my top three favorite characterizations of Mothra, because again, she's always had like these great incarnations and beautiful incarnations, you know. When it comes to character, because now I'm getting older, I'm starting to appreciate the characters now and the characterization of the monsters that I didn't really appreciate that when I was younger. Which is the cool thing about watching these films. You get a newfound perspective on things that you didn't really take into consideration when you were a child. Now that I'm old, I'm like, oh wow, that was really profound. Actually, John Ruffin got me more on that philosophy. You know, shout out to him, John Ruffin. But number three, it would have to be the original Mothra. Like I love her character in that movie and how she is truly unstoppable. Like the destructive sequences in that movie is like some of the best ever. And if you thought that she was destructive in her larval form, it pale and it was a lot of destruction, yes, but it pales in comparison to when she becomes her adult form. I would say her destruction sequences outclass Godzilla's and Rodan's. Like this, it's not
Oh,
even close. It's like just when she attacks Newkirk City, my God, just the damage that she causes. And you know what? The funny thing about it is she's causing for all that death and destruction, but Nelson makes it all worthwhile. It's like you don't care about that because you like as long as he get his, all that destruction that you're seeing, it
That's
doesn't
right.
really matter.
That's
Mhm.
right.
But 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 I love her character in that movie, how she is truly stoppable. And like what David said, it's a break from the norm where a monster is coming in to destroy something because it has evil intent. Martha doesn't have that. It's just that something was taken away from her, and nature is coming to reclaim what was stolen from theirs. You know, Gorgo, the same year, same
Yeah.
concept, same thing, right? Or greedy businessmen that profits off of an
Mm-hmm.
island
Mm-hmm.
monster god, King Kong versus Godzilla, Mothra versus
Mhm.
Godzilla. We see that time and time again, which is awesome. Number two, I love her character in Ghidra, the three-headed monster. Like the fact that she tries to convince Godzilla and Rodan to squash their beef and join forces. Now, mind you, the fact that she's come in the middle of two kaiju, one she had issues with 6 months prior, and another one she has never come across before, that takes bravery, in my opinion. And then when they don't want to hear what she has to say, she throws the bird up at them and say, you know what, I'll just do it my damn self. I don't need you little
Mhm.
uncooperative Fuddruckers, you know, whatever. And the fact that she is willing to fight Ghidorah, knowing she has no chance. I've
Mm-hmm.
always loved that, even though she gets her butt handed to her,
That's a
but
good
even
point.
then,
Yep.
Godzilla and Rodan's like, man, that's messed up. We got to do something, you know. So I love her character where she's incredibly brave. And without that Mothra, that movie does not succeed. They don't defeat Ghidorah. If she doesn't come in and
Yep.
convince
The
Rodan and
sidekick.
Godzilla to help, that's it. It's all over. So I think a lot of people tend to forget her pivotal role in Ghidorah 3 of the Monster. Yes, she's the smallest of the monsters, but she's the one that has the most impact, honestly.
Mhm.
And of course, Mothra versus Godzilla. Like again, I've said this many times before when we've done our deep dive a few years ago. I don't mind saying it again here. The fact that when you find out she's dying, but yet she agrees to go and fight Godzilla, not only just to save her egg, but it's the right thing to do, even though her people have been wrong. But I love the fact that, again, in that scenario, she is going up against a monster that she knows that she won't be able to win. But you know what? She fights him anyways. And I think that's a very Japanese thing. I think that is. I think they know that they were going to lose, but they were still willing to see it through the end. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Mothra is like that. So I enjoy her character that she fights Godzilla, knowing that she's dying and knowing that she's not going to win anyway. But that visual when you see Mothra and Godzilla on the same screen at the same time, I did not know Mothra was that big in comparison to Godzilla. I did
Yes,
not
she
know
did.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
But
Yep.
in that scenario, she's the underdog, not Godzilla. So I can go on and on and on, but I'm going to just table that for right now. But that's my three favorite characterization when it comes to Mothra. So David, what about you? How you going to
I,
answer this
I
question?
I love it. I'm gonna do quickly what Kyle said and what you said too. So I'm gonna agree with you almost 100%. My favorite characterization is Mothra versus Godzilla for what you just said. The natives and everybody's like, no, we're not going to help you. And then Mothra's like, you know what? I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you, and I'm going to help my egg. So she's brave, and she knows she's going to die. And the last of her strength, she's supposed to just be on that sacred rock, and she gives up the last of her strength to help mankind who did nothing. They would not return her egg, or they're the reason why her island is the way it is. So that's my first. My second is, of course, the original, for the reasons that Leslie said. And my third is Ghidra, the three-headed monster, man. She convinces them all to fight the monster, and she's heroic. I mean, I guess that might be a he. I don't know if that's a she or he. That particular larva is very courageous because the odds are stacked against it, and somehow the three of them overcome this supposedly insurmountable villain, and I love all three of those characterizations. Now, as far as the designs, my number one is Tokyo SOS. Mothra never looked so good. I mean, you can just look at Leslie's model kit and look at any still from the film. The way the wings flap, the way she moves, the way the scales and the glitter, everything about that Mothra is spot on. And I don't. It's going to be tough to beat even now with CGI. I mean, they used a little bit of CGI, but there's still quite a bit of practical effects present in that incarnation of Mothra. Second is the original Mothra, and second is Mothra versus Godzilla. I love the way they introduce more hair, and I don't care what anyone says. In 1964, those special effects are pretty damn good. They used that sort of simulated stop motion, what Leslie's referring to when Mothra's over Godzilla. And I look as hard as I can, and I can barely see any strings. Like, they did such a good job on puppeteering that maquette. It's just amazing. And the larvae look great, and when they're swimming, it looks great. And then, of course, the original Mothra. That's the classic. That's the original. And I think they improved it slightly for Mothra versus Godzilla. But yeah, those are my three favorite designs and my three favorite characterizations. How about you, Christine? What do you think?
Oh wow. Well, one thing that always stands out about Mothra, she's like one of the only. I think she is the only that actually always sacrifices herself against. It doesn't matter what it is. She sacrifices it for humans. She sacrifices herself for her babies, for other kaiju. Like, that's one thing that really stands out about her. Out of all the monsters, all the kaiju in the film, she's the only one that will like put herself in a position to be like, you know what? I'm gonna be the one that goes in here and gives up myself for others. So I really love that about her. And my favorite iterations. Well, okay, like most of you, Tokyo SOS. I love that movie. I love how Mothra looked. I feel she's never looked more beautiful. So for a long time, the Heisei Mothra was my favorite because I loved how brightly colored her wings were, and she was so brave in that film too. Even the larva. But when I saw SOS, I'm like, that's Mothra. You can tell she's got wisdom in this movie. I think they really portrayed that across really well. And she fought tooth and nail, wing and nail, I guess, claws like or whatever. But I could watch that movie over and over again. And she's just so fierce and strong and just gives it her all. And the humans can see it because even in that movie too, she's dying and she gives her last strength to fight Godzilla and SOS as well. So like the SOS, and then Battle for Earth. Oh man, I love that movie too. I'm a big Heisei girl, so I love Heisei Mothra, and I love that Batra was supposed to be like her, I guess, kind of like the evil twin of her. And doesn't she come and turn him around and end up, he gets injured by Godzilla, and she's the one like, they're supposed to be fighting, they're supposed to be enemies, and she's like, you know what? She sees him down there having a tough time, comes down, helps him out. Then they join forces, beat up poor Godzilla together, carry him off. Like she just shows so much compassion, and she really teaches great lessons. Like you can go from enemies to being, you see somebody down, even if you're, having head to head, you're against somebody, you don't, quite see things the way they do. If you can see they're down and they're hurt, you know what? She's like, I'm gonna come and help, and that's like such a great role model for kids watching these films too. And then the 61 movie is great, but I do love me some 64.
Yeah.
I don't know how that can't be on anybody's list, because that's really the film where I saw, because when I first saw her, it was just, she just came and saved everybody in Godzilla versus the Sea Monster. But when I saw Mothra versus Godzilla, I'm like, wow, this is when I really saw how fiercely she could fight and hold her own against Godzilla and the larva too. They came out, and took him down at the end. So she just got a great story. She's a great presence in any of the films, and she always brings just that something extra, something different.
Yeah.
Like I guess a woman's touch, you could say. I don't know. She brings the
feminine
compassion.
energy. Feminine energy. She does, absolutely.
Yeah, she brings the compassion and the sacrifice and all that, and it's really great to see that in those films. Because everybody says, these movies are for kids or whatever, but they're not. There's so many just great characters and just meaning to these films that, like, that's one thing I hated growing up, is everyone like, oh, these are kids movies. I'm like, no, have you actually watched these? There's so many great underlying just themes, and it teaches you so many things.
Well, I think Christine, they're for kids and adults. I think that's the lure of these movies, because you can see something different as a kid and then watch it as an adult and see something different. I mean, every movie has its own audience, like target audience, but overall, basically they appeal to all age groups, I think, and that's what makes them so long lasting, and that's why we love them so much, and that's why Godzilla has so many movies after all these years, so yeah, I think for both.
And I do love it too. Like, I love how different, like when I was watching it as younger, you just have this awe of I like seeing the monsters fight.
Totally.
And when I was young, some of the messages I didn't get, except for Godzilla's Revenge, the bullying, some the really obvious ones, but for the younger kids. But then watching them again as I get older, I'm like, man, these things are just packed with things that you don't see until you get older. You don't notice. Like when I was a kid, I was just like, oh, monsters fighting. This is so cool. Like even 54, when I first saw that, I didn't fully understand.
No,
that's
a hard one to understand. But again, also another thing, when you're into the genre so much, like most of us are, it's the also realizing how much craftsmanship goes into making these films.
Yeah.
So all those three things combined make it, totally great for any age and any attention span. I mean, you could dive as deep as you want, or you can just watch them on the surface level. So I think that's why they appeal to so many people.
They're so good. Look at our Mothra. All right, let's see, Jonathan. What are your favorites?
Ooh. Well, I mean, like Leslie said, and like everyone else has alluded to, that every version of Mothra is unique and special and beautiful. The lasting power of a character like Mothra, it just really truly shows, depending on the design, and the design elements have changed throughout the years, obviously, but the core of the character still remains the same. Whoever has written Mothra's character, even in GMK, Mothra remains to have the same emotional and impact and characteristics of a character that knows its identity,
right,
and has a specific identity, and they don't stray far from that identity. It's not a bad thing. It's what makes Mothra unique and special. And that being said, top three iterations. Well, obviously, I'm going to save my number one for after. I'm gonna go 3, 2, 1. So 3 has to be Tokyo SOS. Like most of you, Tokyo SOS is one of the quintessential. I'm gonna take that word, David. Quintessential Mothra designs, and it has this
Watch it
beautiful
now.
melding of like, there's a call to the past and Showa era, but also this unique flair of Heisei, but then this uniqueness of like the early 2000s. Like there's a lot of infusions into SOS that make it appealing. What's funny because you look at the larva, and the larva really just don't stray too far from the formula. But when it comes to Mothra, there's just little nuances, little things that they keep trying to add on that really help build the character up a little more.
Mm-hmm.
And especially with like the powers that Mothra exudes. So I'm gonna say Tokyo SOS for 3. 2, man, this is interesting. If we're looking at aesthetics and whatnot, I love the design elements of the Rebirth of Mothra trilogy, namely Mothra Leo in 2. I think that's a really cool radical design. Rainbow Mothra, like there's so many cool transformations of Mothra and evolutions of Mothra in the Rebirth trilogy. Even though in my it's not my favorite, it's got a lot of issues. I do think the designs are really well composed, and they're colorful, and especially in 2, there's a lot of cool like there's Aqua, like Leo. There's really like a lot of cool iterations. And then of course 1 has to be Mothra versus Godzilla, and we could lump Mothra versus Godzilla and 61 in there because they're essentially the same with some little nuance improvements. But Mothra versus Godzilla and the way that they animate Mothra, like there's so many, like you guys were saying, the pseudo stop motion they do with the frantic, bug-like attack on Godzilla's head, and then you see this, and I always thought this was kind of creepy. They have the really slowed down. You see Mothra's like legs like going like this as it's coming towards Godzilla. But I always thought like that was such a realistic portrayal of like if you saw a gigantic moth-like creature like that coming at you, you'd probably see that. So they did some really cool things with scale in there.
They did.
I'm also going to do a little something different, like Leslie was saying. And I think it's a really great nuanced way to look at it, like the characteristics of the character. I'm also going to judge a little of this by the themes of Mothra. And when I say themes of Mothra,
I was wondering when the music was coming in.
Yeah, you know it's going to come in eventually. The music of Mothra. So, with Tokyo SOS, Michiru Oshima does a lot of new things with Mothra, kind of keeps a lot of the same elements, but does some new things that kind of revamp and refresh the idea of the character. But it's still kind of like you still get that same sort of Mothra feel. You get the same sort of whimsical, you get this sort of infusion of Yuji Kaseki and Akira Ifukube, but with the Michiru Oshima like flair in Tokyo SOS. So you have a little bit of the majestic, the fantastic, but you also have the somber and the melancholy of the character.
And the familiar.
And the familiar.
Yeah.
That's important. And then, of course, I have to shout out the original, by Yuji Kaseki. It's very, very whimsically fantastical score. It's an adventurous score. It's not a very tragic score, but although there are tragic elements weaved in throughout, it's a very uplifting sort of sounding music. It's not really like dark or somber in any sort of way until you really get to like Infinite Island. And even still, it's very like bright and kind of like just wondrous. But then you go to my favorite, no surprise here, Mothra vs. Godzilla. What Akira Ifukube did with the music, not only did he improve on and take elements of the original, he gave Mothra the sound of tragedy, gave it the identity of Mothra as a tragedy based on what had happened in Infinite Island since then. And you get a lot of that in Sacred Springs or Sacred Fountain, however you want to say it. You get a lot of that, you get this new Mahala Mothra, chanting theme. You get these really interesting like musical beats and themes that eventually work their way into not only like that movie as a whole, but like the Godzilla series entirely. Like those themes would present themselves in future iterations you know, especially with Heisei Mothra in, you know, Battle for Earth. But I always thought that what, you know, Akira Ifukube, if he ever had any sort of illusions or maybe some, I don't want to say insecurity, but doubt that he could do the original justice, he did that more so by giving Mothra more dimension in Mothra vs. Godzilla. He gave Mothra a tragic outlet, a somber outlet, not just a beautifully fantastical, wonderful, look at this beautiful creature. No, there's a lot of darkness in this story too. And he didn't run from that.
I never even
And
thought about that's true.
yeah, and you know, I would say honorable mention. I have to shout out Watanabe in the Rebirth of Mothra trilogy. Really overlooked music. I know people kind of look at the films as a whole, like, you know, they're sort of like a pariah and they're very divisive. But if you really listen to the music, what Watanabe did was really brought back the spirit of the original with the whimsical, wondrous aspect of the creature. And you don't get a lot of the Ifukube sort of like trails in there. It kind of harkens back to the fairy tale element of the character. And then I would say, now, while it's not the greatest movie, it's probably the weakest of the trilogy. Rebirth of Mothra 2, I think the score to that more than makes up for the quality of that film as a whole. The music is my favorite in that series is Rebirth of Mothra 2. Everything from Dagara's theme to when the little Mothras are, you know, going in for the kill at the end, like in the body of the creature. It's like there's a lot of great thematical elements there. So that's really all I gotta say about that.
Jonathan, I have a quick question for you.
else.
Quick question
Yeah.
for you. So when Keith and I watched the original Mothra like 2 days ago, and I really examined the score, and I found the score to be very Western-esque. It didn't seem like Ifukube is decidedly Japanese in his orchestrations. But when I listen to, because Keith and I always talk about like, oh, why did they change the music to whatever? And he wasn't sure whether they actually changed the music because it does have a decidedly Western-esque feel to it. In my opinion, do you agree or disagree with that?
I agree in a sense because what I like to think of, especially in that time period, you look at a lot of sci-fi films, especially in America. You don't get a lot of somber, dark scores, like with the exception of very few that you could point to. That you get a lot of these happy, sort of adventurous. Let's go destroy the creature. Like, also the creatures are really mostly in Western stories the bad guy. Like they're the black and white bad guy. With Mothra and with Japanese monsters and kaiju, you get a lot of layers, right? You get if they have a villainous aspect, there's also you feel for them because you hear in the music. You feel the tragedy, you feel the drama, you feel the emotion of the character. So they do a really good way of making them ambiguous and they're just giant creatures trying to live in this, you know, small world for them. But really, I do think that what Yuji Kaseki presented in the original was a very more like a Western type score, more of fairy tale. Look at the wonder of Mothra! Wow, like
I'm glad you
look at this creature. And then when you know, if Fukube comes in, it's like, well,
yeah, exactly.
This is not my style, but also like this is what calls for the movie. This is a very melancholic, tragic being as well. So we gotta give that. We gotta put that under the microscope and give it attention.
Well, thank you for that.
Yeah, that was interesting. I gotta look up the music again. But another thing I really love about Mothra is that makes her so unique is when you look at her, she looks like this very fragile being, but then she's so like look at what she takes on. Cretaceous Ghidorah. She takes on Godzilla. She puts up these huge fights for something that should be so easily, like when you think of moths and butterflies, they're so easily able to be injured, and they're so dainty and what's the word, like not like porcelain.
Well, fragile.
Yeah, very
That's the
fragile
irony of her
animals.
character. That's the ironic part about it.
Yeah.
That's why she's so enduring after all these years.
Yes, and I love that they take something that could be that's crazy fragile, that you could like hurt just like a flick of your finger, and then they turn it into this. While she is fragile and beautiful, she's also super strong, fiercely protective, and like what's the word? Like unwavering, or like not. She's not afraid. She's not afraid to take on Ghidorah. She's not afraid to take on Godzilla.
You're right.
Like that's
good.
so. I just love that about her character.
You mean brave? I mean, I said that.
Okay, yeah. But I mean, like for something that's so dainty and delicate.
That's the whole dichotomy or duality of these films, is like a big ugly gray mutated dinosaur versus a beautiful fragile protector of humanity. So that's in a nutshell, that's it.
Yeah.
Who's next? Donnie? You got Donnie?
I think Donnie's next. Yeah.
Yes.
All right,
Okay.
let's hear it.
So my 3 favorite iterations of Mothra. So I will start with number 3, and I will give some flowers to MonsterVerse Mothra.
Oh,
I
there's
really,
a few people in the comments that are very happy someone's finally.
I saw those comments. So MonsterVerse Mothra is unique, and I know that at first the design was very galvanizing, but I think when we get to see her in the films, being like literally this representation of light itself, I thought that was such a really fascinating concept. Like one of my favorite scenes, hands down, is like the scene on the ocean where like Mothra literally breaks the storm. And like I remember when I was sat in the theater watching that, I sobbed. I was just like, this is how I've always imagined Mothra, like just being like this divine light, right?
Yeah, like she's like a deity. Like
exactly.
That was the first time they brought like that kind of angle to her. Like she's
right.
Like,
They literally and then they gave us a very convincing scientific explanation for it too, which I was just like, okay, like we are anchoring Mothra in the science a little bit. Love that. Now, my second favorite iteration of Mothra is probably Tokyo SOS for all the reasons mentioned. Beautiful, stunning, heroic, tragic. I really love that. I just love like how interactive Mothra was, like how movable she was in that movie. And plus, Michiru Oshima's score for Mothra. Like every time I watch a Mothra movie, I'm like, all right, is the score adding up? Is the musical score representing her well? And it did. It absolutely did.
Sir.
All right, you all have been waiting for this because you know I'm going to talk about the Mothra trilogy next. Because I will go. I'm going door to door with pamphlets. All of it. So
no solicitors in my neighborhood.
Well, I'll be
kidding.
I'll
I'm
be
just kidding.
I'll be a
find a
gnome in your lawn. No,
I don't have a lawn.
Well, in your rock garden.
In my rock garden. Go ahead, Donnie. You go.
Well, design wise, my favorite design of Mothra is the Rebirth of Mothra 3 Rainbow Mothra design. I love how sleek that design looks. It like Mothra looks more imposing, a little bit more grown up, a little bit more intense. I think of the Mothra trilogy as like a coming of age story of Mothra Leo when you think about it. So by the time you get to the third movie, you get to see Mothra Leo in like full form, like being badass in every way. However, I will say my favorite iteration of Mothra, hands down, is going to be the adult Mothra from the first Rebirth of Mothra film. Not design wise, but characterization wise. I think if there's one thing that Rebirth, the whole trilogy does, but this first film does above all else, and I will argue, I will die on the hill, that this film does it better than any other Mothra film. I think it brings to life the characterization and the humanization of Mothra in a variety of ways. the first, if you witness the entire, like most of the movie is a battle. For those of you who are like, I don't want to try out the Mothra trilogy, if you want kaiju battles, that first film is like 80% battle.
You ain't lying.
Yeah,
You ain't lying about that one.
It's brutal. It's a brutal battle. Like I remember watching it as a teenager for the first time, and I was just like Mothra's being flung around, things are bleeding, things are like, what's going on? So, but and this is the thing that probably has left me with the most trauma, because I also watched Rebirth of Mothra for the first time after watching Godzilla vs. Destroya. Because in my mind I was like, continuity, they've got to be picking up where that left off. Well, no, I got two traumatizing death movies.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So, but that scene where, Mothra saves Mothra Leo. Sorry if I'm spoiling it for anybody in the comments who's not seen it. It's been out for 30 years at this point. But
You're okay.
Like Mothra saving her child and then like drowning in front of her child. Like the whole
when she falls into the ocean. Oh,
like
God.
the verbal interactions between them, like the soundscape, the Toshiyuki Watanabe score, like that requiem that plays in the background.
Oh,
It
yeah.
is, I would argue, one of the most tragic and beautiful scenes in a kaiju film.
You're right.
Wow.
You're absolutely right.
And to this day, like I as much as I love that film, it's my favorite Mothra film. I really struggle watching it because of that scene. But like, if you look at like the entire back half of that film, like it's like Mothra Leo's transformation and like the music associated with that, and then like the heroism at the end, saving the planet. It is so quintessentially, not to steal your word, David, quintessentially 90s eco-activist film that it blows my mind. So, in other words, everyone, go check out the Mothra trilogy.
Well,
because
damn,
it is,
I'm gonna watch it tomorrow.
I need to watch it again.
that first
It's been
film
a really
is,
long time since I've seen them, and I need to
Same.
watch them with fresh eyes. So thank you for that.
Death Ghidorah, also one of the most terrifying, like
Yes.
my
I
favorite
Yeah.
version of Ghidorah as well.
Pretty
So, anyway,
badass design.
my TED Talk is over. So
Well,
that
was
was
very-
more
I need to watch
it was
again,
very
too.
inspiring. It was very inspiring, and
Thank
and
You
I
like
even
it more
saw,
so than Grand King Ghidorah? You like it more so than Grand King Ghidorah?
I
I
love
like-
Death. I love Death Ghidorah more than any Ghidorah.
I like Grand
no-
King Ghidorah is great. Ghidorah.
Do love,
Sorry.
and I love MonsterVerse Ghidorah, but Death Ghidorah is malevolent, like a
Yeah.
hellish creature. Like, if
Yeah.
there is a scary Ghidorah, like if we're gonna go with quadrupedal Ghidorahs, Kaiser Ghidorah has nothing. Like when I saw Godzilla Final Wars, I was like, pfft, like
Okay. Here we
that
go.
pizza looking thing.
Okay,
Like,
well-
no offense if you like.
Well, you know what?
Damn.
look at Rich Iso is backing you up. I didn't know he was such a
Rich,
fan
I
of
adore
the
you.
of the Mothra trilogy. So definitely got it. Keith has never seen them, so we're gonna have a movie day tomorrow, and we're
Well,
gonna watch the trilogy.
I do
Keith
not
is going to be
those.
gagging,
Yeah,
as the kids
I
say
am.
these days.
That's the-
Wow.
Kyle, how do you top that? How do you
I don't
come up to
know.
that?
I mean, I don't think I can top that. I mean, I'll just say, I will say that first up, I really appreciate hearing everybody's comments about which Mothras they like and why they like them. I mean, I think it shows a depth to the character that's changeable throughout the entirety of Mothra's lifespan, cinematic lifespan. And I will actually say, like, you guys know this, out of the MonsterVerse films, like King of the Monsters is the one I actually like, even though it's got so many cringy dialogue character moments. The monsters stuff is pretty great.
Yeah.
And I'm admitting on, as I think I've said before, like, I don't really like the Mothra design from the MonsterVerse, but what I do really love is the visual imagery that comes out of the MonsterVerse. And
Fair enough.
Donny mentioned, I think, when Mothra comes out or shows up over the ocean and sort of like shows them, this is where you need to go, kind of thing, to get to Godzilla. It's just so absolutely stunningly beautifully done. And when she comes out of the waterfall, like they were, I really, I know a bunch of people hate that film from the MonsterVerse fans. Like they hate King of the Monsters, but I
don't
I
get
think it's
that.
the strongest one.
I don't
I think
get
it's
that
the
at
strongest
all.
one. It's got the most fan service. I think that's what Japanese
Oh,
people feel is
yeah.
it's got too much
It
fan
does.
service.
It does have a
Yeah.
lot of fan
But
service.
like to me,
Music
like
is good.
hearing the Mothra song,
Yeah.
I'm even just thinking about it right now. Like
I want her to cry.
when all of those tunes show up in the film, they really hit it home for me in a lot of ways that made me go like, oh, the first film in the MonsterVerse series I didn't care for, and I think these are the things that we're missing from it. So I'm gonna give it. That's my shout out to the MonsterVerse Mothra. While it might not be in my top 3, I can't deny that there's some cool stuff going on there. And I only watched Godzilla times Kong once, so I don't really have a strong recollection of how that went down. But let's move on to the Toho stuff. I'll also give a shout out to that trilogy, because when you look at Mothra as a character design, the trilogy said, what can we do with this? And how can we engage our audience in a way that you don't get with the rest of the Godzilla stuff from Toho? And while I do love that stuff more than I love the Heisei trilogy, and if you listened to the Kaiju cast, I probably talked mad crap about that trilogy too. But it is more for kids than the rest of the Godzilla series, and so they're looking to engage their audience. And I think Underwater Mothra is a weird concept, but really kind of cool looking when it comes down to it. And even the Keith
David,
is asking why you kept this
David.
trilogy a secret.
Donnie, you're right. I'm in trouble.
Anyway,
boy.
let me just move on. So, I think that I really applaud Toho at what they did for the trilogy, even though it's not my favorite stuff. And then actual films from the Godzilla series, I think, as you've all said, Tokyo SOS, she's never looked better. I think that when she shows up in that film and her wings start flapping, the first time I saw it, I was like, oh, thank Godzilla. We finally have a correct wing flap situation, because this static, slow stuff, I just sort of accepted it when it was happening, before. And then of course, my God, everything that goes on in Godzilla versus the Thing, or Mothra versus Godzilla, I have fallen in love with that character design. Everything about it has really blossomed in my heart here for Mothra over the past 20 years of my life. So,
hey Kyle,
that said, yes sir.
Quick question before we move on. Can we be adults in the room? I know we love GMK. It's my wife's favorite film. It's your favorite film. But can we all agree that Mothra was wasted in that movie? Design, she's awesome, but she was wasted in that movie. Right or wrong?
Right. I would actually go on to say, design wise, while I really liked it at first, the design of the Mothra in GMK is definitely not one of my favorites. And as we all know, the original concept of those monsters was to have Angulus, Varan, and Baragon in there instead of Baragon, Mothra, and King Ghidorah. So it just, wasted potential for several reasons. I would say.
I agree, Leslie.
And
Eager.
the design of Mothra is pretty cool. She's got sort of if you're not familiar with it, there's an insect here in Japan which is affectionately known as the murder hornet.
Oh right, yeah.
And
That's why she got that stinger. All right.
Mothra's thorax, which I believe I'm saying that correctly, Mothra's booty is designed to sort of look like that. That's
Yeah.
what a murder hornet. If you take that
Big
orange,
old
wait, let
pincer.
me make Christine's screen big
Yeah,
here.
she had a nasty
So
stinger.
that's orange and white. Orange and black is the way that the murder hornets look, and they're real. They live right back there in the park behind us, so I see
Oh,
them
wow.
all the time.
You know, Kyle, it's
Um,
funny. I didn't see one. I saw every other Japanese critter when I'm on my visit.
You're here out of season.
I was okay.
And quick sidebar for you, David. I saw a snake in the neighborhood the other day.
No, get out.
Really?
Oh, I
I'll send
believe
you
it.
pictures later.
I believe it.
I'll send you
Please do.
pictures later. Anyway, David was the creepy crawly Snow White when he came to visit.
Totally.
We
They all
literally
came out
saw
to
like a
greet me.
frog.
Oh God.
Uh,
Frog, two praying
yeah.
mantises, all kinds of stuff.
You
Yeah,
did
Spider.
do that, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
last
that.
week. Yes, I did.
Anyway, anyway.
Damn.
So
I know.
I'm
not
gonna
right.
go ahead and I'll agree with you that yeah, GMK Mothra a bit of a waste. And yeah, movie's not perfect. I love the film so much, but yeah, it should have been it should have been Varana or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But B it could have had a little bit more. It just shouldn't have been Mothra. Hi, Cat. Okay, we need to get moving here. We're at 2.5 hours now.
Oh.
So we're a collectible show. We're gonna talk about collectibles. And so, Mr. Leslie Chambers, what are your top 3 collectibles for Mothra, even if you don't have them in your collection?
Yeah,
Or do you just want me to show that picture?
Yeah, you can show the picture. I mean, I took that picture earlier this week before I started working like a field slave. So I know that the marching order is like 3, but it's like more than 3 in there. But I'll still tell you my top 3 favorite collectibles of Mothra coming from 3 to 1. Number 3, damn, this is hard.
Jesus. Oh my God.
Oh God.
Wow.
Oh, you got your Mothra laying down and stuff.
Yeah. Number 3, it will have to be. You know what? I'm gonna go with the Mondo Mothra, 2004.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, 2003. 2003. Excuse me. That's
Undeniably beautiful.
number 3. I was gonna go to GMK Mothra, but I do like the Mondo Mothra even more. And
Me too.
and you know what? There are still some, not the deluxe version with the cracked egg with the Mondo lava popping out. There's still a standard version on Mondo. So please go get it. Number 2, the Mothra 2004 from Galapagos you saw earlier that Greg did for me. And number 1, without question, the 25 centimeter X Plus Mothra 64. I got that idea from Rich. He had displayed his like that. You're like, you know
Kind of
what?
cool. It looks kind of
That's
cool.
how I do mine too. Yeah.
I wish I had
nobody-
I wish I had the room to do that.
Nobody asked you, Christine, but that's fine. But still, that
I'm telling you anyway.
that I saw that from Rich when I went to see him a few years ago, and I was like, you know what? That's a cool, and it recreates that iconic moment of
It's
that
beautiful.
last
It
moment of
looks great.
Mothra, her dying moment. Sorry, Donnie, don't kill me. But yeah, those are my top 3. David, what about you? What about
All
you?
right. So before I go, Kyle, can you show that picture of my husband Keith, who's watching, with all of my Mothra collectibles?
Yes, I can. Hang on
Wait,
1
are
second.
these your Mothra collectibles?
Well,
David?
our Mothra collectibles. Thank
He
you.
was like, they're mine.
Yeah. Okay. Christine.
Hang on.
all right.
I got it.
Okay, you got it.
Right,
Okay.
right
So-
here.
Keith didn't want to be on screen today, but I did coax him to let me take a picture of him because Mothra is definitely his favorite Toho monster and his favorite incarnation of any creature in there we are.
Oh.
There's all of the Mothra stuff. I'm actually missing a couple pieces that I forgot to put in there, but that's the majority of our Mothra collection. So there's Keith. He's watching. Hi, Keith. Thanks for letting me take a picture. Okay, so before, and I've got 3 pictures of my top 3, Kyle, but there's one thing that I have to give a huge shout out to, and it was a gift by our very own Christine Chapin, a housewarming gift for our pool that I haven't tried out yet.
Oh.
It is
That's
the
exciting.
middle of Beyond
Giant Mothra.
Giant
float.
Mothra pool float. Can you guys see that? There.
Oh, it's so
I knew
good.
Yes.
you had to
It is
have that.
big and amazing. And you know, the big worry that I have is I don't want to have to like deflated. Like I don't want
right.
I don't know. But it's awesome, and we will definitely have a pool party, and I think all of us can float on this. It's so damn big.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's really, really big. And thank you so much, Christine.
You're welcome.
And Joe and Keith, and I love it. And I had to give a huge shout out to this. That's why I was saving it for this segment.
Aww.
And then let's quickly move on to my photos, Kyle, of my top 3. That's no order necessary, no order whatsoever. Frank,
Obsessed.
our good friend of the show,
Perfect.
Frank, got me those at some pop-up. It's the Kokeshi Shobijin from the original movie. I love them. I love them. I love them. I love them. Okay. Next up, we've got the Tom Whalen Mothra versus Godzilla poster, the Japanese style.
Yes.
Absolutely love it. Framed in our house in the living room area. Absolutely love it. And then last but not least, the Mondo Tokyo SOS Mothra. And that is the one with the Mothra larva coming out of the egg. I just didn't want it in the frame, but it's a stunningly beautiful piece. And like as Leslie said, they're still available. If you love it, you can go get one, mondoshop.com. And it was a tough call, Leslie, between that one and the 64 X Plus, which is another like one of the best things they've ever done, in my opinion. But I'm glad you chose that, so I chose this one. So there we go. All right, I'm done. Who's next?
Christine.
Me. All right. So my top 3 favorite items, collectibles, I don't even have, but I need to get them because every time I see them, I'm like, oh, these are so amazing. So whatever photo, did you get my photos, Kyle?
I got your photos. Yeah.
Whatever one's first or whatever, but
you don't have these.
Come on.
You don't have these at all.
I don't have.
Why are you here? Why are you here then?
I need some. I know this will kick me off the stream.
I've got them.
This is how she gets them, Leslie. She puts it out there, and then the universe goes, "Oh, Christine, do you really need these marmot pair, baby?"
I do. So,
that's exactly right. Jesus. Kyle's not wrong. He's not lying.
I'm manifesting the marmot.
You need Jesus first, but okay.
Just let me take a picture with you at Chief Fest, and I'll send him to you.
Yeah, I will do that too.
Yeah, you will.
I'll sign it. But no, my gosh, like I've always been hunting these. I don't think I've ever seen them anywhere.
They're rarely available.
And it's really hard to find. Like it was even hard even finding a picture of these things. But I had seen them. Somebody has. Wait,
I have them.
Oh, you have them. I seen somebody that has them. Like, oh my god, these are like the perfect ones because I love.
And they're almost life size too. They're perfect.
Yeah,
actually a little smaller, but they're fun.
Love these. So yeah, if anybody has a spare, set laying around,
she'll have them by the next show.
Make sure you charge her lots and lots of money.
I know. Oh my gosh, I don't have this one either. I was
that's a beauty.
Passing it. I remember when it first came out, and I think I didn't have the funds at the time. And this is the Rick version, so her eyes light up. But I love this one. I love the Heisei Mothra. So, man, I just think she's so beautiful. I love the fact that her eyes light up. I love light ups. So this is just fantastic piece.
Leslie, you've got that, right? That was in your.
Hey, blow me up. Blow me up right fast. I can rub this in her face. Come on, let's do it. There you go.
Does yours light up?
No, it's called having money.
Oh, I the Rick version.
I don't care. I got it. Where's yours at?
You know what's funny? You know what's funny about that piece, Christine? We have some friends in Seattle who aren't really into the movies, but they like that figure. They have that figure, and that's the only Godzilla collectible.
Oh, that's it. Oh my god!
And I'm like, it's beautiful. That. Can I have it?
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous figure.
It is gorgeous.
It is really nice. It's very nice.
I think it's one of the best X Plus has done, and let me light up. So that's all. And I think this is the other side of that have the egg, right?
Yeah, it does. See right here.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Hey, but you know what, Christine? It's funny. Why does this Mothra get so much hate though? Like people say it's too cute. It's too cute. Like, is that even a thing? I can understand you being too ugly, but how can you be too cute? How the hell does that work?
I love this Mothra.
I love how cute Mothra is in the Heisei.
Thank you, Donny.
I've always loved that design.
Yeah, Keith likes that one too. And I think the only thing that bothers me about that is when she emerges from the cocoon, she clocks her wing on the side of the diet building. It's kind of like, ooh, ow. I would probably edit that part out, but the execution of this Mothra is not the best in the series. Let's just say that. So, but she is cute as hell.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay,
Speaking of cute as hell.
I'm just gonna order this after, because this is the U2's plushie. How flipping cute is this?
I have one of those and I love it so much.
Oh, you do? I need to get it because
where do you get that from?
It's from U2's. So it's probably at Amazon too, I would think.
Okay.
But it's made by U2's.
The face is cute.
The cutest thing they ever made. This is the cutest Mothra I think anybody's made so far, like plush from. She is freaking adorable, and I need to get it. I'm gonna order it right after the stream's over because
do it now.
So cute, so cute.
Do it live.
No, don't do that. I don't want her to like.
I'm kidding.
All of a sudden disappear again.
I'm just kidding. Jonathan did it while he was alive.
Yeah, Jonathan has a little more technical. So she's gone. She's there. Okay.
All right, Donny.
Okay, so one of my favorite pieces of Mothra paraphernalia I have, is the Super 7 Super Duper plush of Mothra 1964.
That's kind of mid-century looking.
Kind of.
Like
and Christine has the Valentine's one. I am so bad. I bought the Valentine's one and I wasn't paying attention, and I got the one without the hard eyes.
Oh, I know. They had two. That's right.
And I didn't realize they had separate ones, and that's just me not paying attention. But I do love the original one. It's super cute. The wing.
The colors are so pretty.
Look at how big her mouth is. That like.
and her little feet. I love her little feet. Oh my
she's
God.
so cute. Now, the two other things that I'm going to show off are not figures, but they are near and dear to my heart, and I think relatively rare. I have the complete soundtrack of the first Rebirth of Mothra film. So my first G Fest was in 2007. If you've listened to Growing Up with Godzilla, you know the story. But I brought all the money that I had saved up, which was like $150, and somebody had these. They had messaged me in some forum somewhere, and they were like, "Donny, do you want these soundtracks? I don't use them." I spent all of my money getting these soundtracks.
Soundtracks are expensive, man.
They are, and these ones are pretty rare. And I also my favorite one is the Mothra 3 one, and I think it's because of the cover art.
That's gorgeous. They did the CDs had great cover art, I feel like.
Oh yeah, like the cover art of Armor Mothra like imposed in front of Mothra's symbol, so cool. And like what I love about these CDs is they have all the instrumental and karaoke versions of the Mothra songs. And as you can imagine, I used them a lot at one point in my life. So,
and why not?
I don't know where Mothra 2 is. I have it somewhere. I have that original. I know, right? But it is also very beautiful.
It's probably in the CD player, right? Maybe.
It is. It could be. It could be in one of my CD players. Yes.
That's usually where I find stuff that I'm like that I'm missing. It's like, oh wait, it's in there.
Yeah,
I did that the other day. I was looking for a Blu-ray, and I'm like, where the hell is this Blu-ray? It's like, oh, it's in the thing. It's like,
the fact that I'm trying to remember what company is releasing. There's a company that's been releasing like records of the Godzilla and Mothra soundtracks, and what was that?
Is it Waxworks?
I think so. Yeah, and they
Waxwork and Mondo.
They released one for the Mothra trilogy, and as I swear I am a Mothra fan, but I've not bought it yet. I need to.
Donny.
Vote
your card.
Vote your Mothra card.
Yep.
I know. Those are mine.
Great. Excellent.
Very nice.
I love it.
Mr. Yount.
Okay. Wait, did everybody went?
Jonathan, you didn't go yet.
Oh, did Jonathan go? Oh, we skipped Jonathan. Oh my
That's
God.
twice.
Oh my
That's
God.
twice.
No, well, I got you last
It's okay.
time. Sorry, my bad.
It's okay. I don't have much. Obviously it's only like 3, right? But I'm gonna go the route of a figure. I'm also gonna go the route that Donny did and show off some non-figures. Right. So we'll do the first one here. Ironically, I never had anything so Fubi-wise of Mothra in my collection, but a couple years ago, or maybe it was a year ago, I don't remember really, but I did end up getting CCP released.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Oh my God,
the 92 Mothra.
Yes.
And so this is my one of my first CCPs, but also just the look of it when I saw it, the translucent. And they came out with a bunch of these on Big Bad Toy Store. This is where I got this one, and they had a bunch of different colorways.
Wait, that looks like the one. That looks like the same size Alex did for you, Christine, doesn't it? Looks very similar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. This is just the 92, and it's beautiful. I mean, this thing is striking under. My light's not doing it justice, but it's striking. It's so colorful. It's so beautiful. I'm a sucker for like translucent bodies, and you can see like the clear through them, and they shine. Like wherever I take this, it's like it emanates the color of wherever it's at. I just love it. Yeah, it has like a sheen to it. It's absolutely glossy sheen. Beautiful.
Many photos.
I'm glad you showed that because
100%.
I need to get that.
Me too.
Next on the item list here, is a very nostalgic favorite from forever ago. We have here the original VHS from Good Times of Mothra. Look at that artwork.
Love.
Fierce.
Wow.
There's something about
Jonathan,
VHS
I love
artwork.
how you bring physical media into our collection. I mean, even though we all sort of collect physical media, you have a more variety, I would say, than the rest of us do, generally speaking. So seeing like the VHS tapes,
I've never seen that cover before.
I've never seen that cover stuff. That's awesome.
Yeah, but the thing about VHS that I always say, it's kind of like poster art, and I'm sure you guys agree, but back in the 80s and 90s, Drew Struzan's, right? They were painting intricate, amazing, fantastical movie posters for all kinds of films. And nowadays it's so like, look at that face, right? Nowadays it's not as dynamic, and it's not as handcrafted as it used to be. And I always look at VHS art as the same sort of deal. Like a lot of these covers were handcrafted, hand painted, hand drawn. Like it's just beautiful. It's almost like when you get a vinyl, right, a record or a collectible like that. I look at VHS cover art as like the same deal, like a header card. 100%. You said it. It's just beautiful. So I love this one. And I'm going to kind of loop these in together, even though they're separate, but it's kind of cheating, but also kind of appropriate. So we have Donny. This is perfect because you were mentioning vinyl, vinyl records, right? Well, Mothra, the original Mothra by Yuji Kiseki. Look at that amazing art.
Is that the Mondo?
This is the waxwork one from I believe the artist is Yuko Art on Instagram. That's her handle. Beautiful artwork. She does a lot of great vinyl work. And then obviously, come on.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's
beautiful.
gorgeous.
Mothra versus Godzilla. And by the way, the artist who did all these, I'm butchering his name, but Robert Semelin, he did the entire set. The whole entire show era set. And what I love about his art, not only does it look screen accurate to each of the versions of the films, but the artwork is very, the aesthetic is very, how do I say this? It's all very like grouped together. Like you don't see too many radical designs that stray far from what they looked like in the films or his interpretation. It's all the same artist, all the same artwork, but all very unique to each film. It's really amazing.
Like the Criterion Collection, right?
That's it. See, the Criterion Collection.
Even better than the Criterion.
I had a huge problem with that. Yeah, I had a huge problem with the Criterion Collection because of that. Because it's almost like whoever was, giving them the reference materials, they were not doing their homework. Because you had like Mothra versus Godzilla's cover, that artwork, like in the likeness was SOS. I'm like, what are we doing here?
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
No, thank you. What the hell is that?
What the hell?
That's a mess.
Oh God.
The whole set, I was mortified. Even though I was happy to have it, I was mortified by some of the choices of artwork. But when we got the waxwork covers and that whole set, I was like, bravo. Whoever commissioned all that knew what they were doing, and they knew who they were hiring. It's perfect. And then, of course, Donny.
Oh, shiny.
Rebirth of Mothra 2.
Ooh.
Beautiful.
The light is messing this up big time. But the
Ah,
end
that's
scene,
awesome,
right,
though.
where they're
'Cause
going
it's
through.
that's gotta be foil, right? Like
Yeah,
that's
yes, yeah.
foil
That is
covered.
amazing.
Yeah,
That's
stunning.
cool.
That's
And
beautiful.
the whole trilogy artwork, by the way, Donnie's like that. Very similar. So it all is very aesthetically it matches very well together.
Well,
But
I might be buying those after the stream.
That's
right?
beautiful.
Just don't do it right now, right? You don't want to have any issues. But that's it for me.
That's great.
Kyle, what do you got?
I got some Mothras. I got a few Mothras.
You
I have
Mothra, you
this.
Mothra.
Speaking of Parababies, this is my 1961, I think, Parababy Mothra.
Oh, beautiful.
And I have them on
Okay,
these
yeah.
magnetic hooks that
That's a good idea.
attached to my my metal shells over there.
That's
And in the
I'm
genius.
trying to
collage
be
I
very
made,
careful.
That's a great
in the
idea.
collage I made, Kyle, I used that image that I took at your house in Portland in my collage. And no, I don't have that one either. That's Kyle's. So there, I did it again.
And then this is the M1.
Oh yeah, we have that one. We got that one.
Right. So this is the GMK
Yep.
sculpted by oh my gosh, I'm
Is that
blanking on
Masami
the
Yamada?
name.
No.
No, this is the guy who actually made the GMK suit.
Oh, shoot.
And I'm embarrassed that I was, why did I even bring it up? But as soon as somebody else starts talking, it'll come into my head, or somebody can put it in the comments. But yeah, this is I got this just recently. I actually didn't have the
I'm missing
Ghidra
that too.
or the Mothra, and so I just recently added these to my collection. I think within the last 6 months.
That's cool, dude.
I do absolutely love that whole set. Very happy to have it in my collection. But there are some things I don't have in my collection that I think are really awesome. If you're a member of our Facebook group, you'll see one of them in just a second. But my top 3, these are the tops. Number 1, this poster, which I used to have, which was
beautiful.
when
Oh, yeah.
this was released as part of the Toho Champion series. I love this
That's
poster.
beautiful.
Used to
one of
have
my
it up
favorites.
in my house back in Beaverton. Secondarily, the Billiken
Oh, the tin
wind up
Mothra, yep.
tin Mothra is one of the
Classic.
coolest collectibles ever made in my opinion.
Wow.
100%.
Evoking the old school stuff. And I actually bought this as a gift for Jeff Dean, my old podcast host.
Oh, okay.
When I went to Japan one time, I got it for like 4,000 yen or something like that. Some
Wow.
crazy good deal. But if you're part of our group, Tim Snyder just posted this in our Collect All Mothras hashtag. And there's a video in his post that shows it actually working. So when you wind it up, it runs around on this little wheelbase and its wings
sick.
flap. It's so
That's
cool.
so cool. I love the box art too.
And then
Tin figures are so great.
number
Yes,
3 on my top collectibles is not something that was mass produced. If you're on Instagram, I highly suggest, if you're a Mothra fan and on Instagram, I highly suggest you follow at Mothra 1961 because this guy,
These are
You
just
guys know about this
I
guy?
love this
Oh,
creator. One of my
mind
favorite
blowing.
creators.
What the heck?
this dude
God.
makes his own Mothras, and they're huge. They're massive, and he's done so many of
What?
them. I mean, I'm going to say he's probably the biggest Mothra fan that I've ever seen, and you can, I believe, commission him to make one
I
for
think
you.
so, yeah. Because Matt
Damn.
Frank has a big one. I'm pretty sure by him.
How much?
So
though?
yeah,
How much?
I don't know, but I mean they're big. You can see how big they are, but I would reach out. I mean, I think he's from Taiwan.
It's a
Fingers
freaking
crossed
kite.
I got that right.
Gosh.
It's a kite.
What's that?
It's a kite.
Yeah, it looks like a kite. Yeah. It's
beautiful.
huge.
It's
And they're
mega.
like
Anyway.
felt. They're soft. They
Yeah,
got
they're-
fur
they're-
and everything.
They're amazing. So yeah, at Mothra 1961 on Instagram. I would highly suggest at least going to check it out if you're not going to follow and if you're not interested in buying one. But yeah,
Hey,
absolutely well like made looking stuff and very cool, and even with some imagination thrown in there too.
Hey, if you can, Kyle, send me that link because that Mothra versus Godzilla 1 to 64 Like he
Mhm.
might pair well with this guy. So I might need something to put up against this big freak.
Nice.
So just yeah, send that
Yes.
to me. For Taiwan, oh my God, that shipping's gonna be like a daggone Bentley price. But okay, that's
Yeah,
fine.
It'll
you
be
might have to
worth it.
fly over.
And the box will be huge too. With the
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
it's in multiple pieces too. I'm
Oh, well, that
pretty
makes sense.
sure-
That makes
yeah,
sense.
like
Okay.
pretty sure Matt Frank has one by that guy.
Yeah, the creator made one for Matt's Mothra Gemini, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying
Cool.
to get one.
Anyway, there you go.
So cool.
There's our Mothra chat. There was a question. I saw some people praising the photos, and someone asked where I could get them, where they could get them, or what they're from. And sorry to say, this is not like a brag, but when I did work for Toho, they allowed me access to photos, and so yeah, if Toho's gonna watch this and be mad about it, they're gonna have to find the reference at 3 hours in. But yeah, I have a photo library provided to me from when I was working with Toho.
Go ahead, man.
And,
Pop your collar. Pop your collar. Dust that shit off
I'm
your
obsessed
shoulder.
with
Go ahead.
that. Like,
So that's
That's a
why
flex.
I really love being able to do these deep dives and then showing stuff off like that. Because
It's perfect.
you
Perfect
know,
for it.
I there's some of my favorite things that that Toho does is sorry, my least favorite things that Toho does is they have all this great photography and they don't publish them in books. And like back in the day, they used to
hide
just
them
put
away.
like tiny little photos, but now they've sort of like there's a lot of stuff you can get like in those little cheap books that have like the big photos in them that are really great. But anyway, I will always share as much stuff as I can for the movies when I have them, and that's what it is. But thank you all for being here and sticking around. We still got 33 people, 33 Mothra fans watching us live, and we're gonna go ahead and move on to our final segment of the show, which Jonathan, you're gonna play the video, right? Because I don't have it yet.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So let me change the background back to our classic Collect All Monsters scroll and say, if you are not familiar, we have a Facebook group called the Collect All Monsters Monster Collectors, and that's where we do a lot of hangouts, not hangouts, but a lot of chit chat and showing off what we got and showing off new stuff that's coming out, and all sorts of great stuff is in the Facebook group, the Collect All Monsters Monster Collectors. And from that group was born our next segment, which is the collector moment. So Jonathan, our producer, is going to take it away.
Thank you, Kyle. Hello. So here we are back with another collector moment. This segment is, or this newest iteration of the segment, we've basically been tasking members of our group who want to participate and choosing one per live stream to showcase their collections. We have a certain number of set questions that we ask, and then these individuals answer them, and I compile it into a little video for you guys to see. So without further ado, this is our next collector moment, coming courtesy of Seth Alexander Hall.
Oh,
Yeah. So everybody Seth.
nice. Finally.
Seth's been watching the show for years.
Jonathan, you might need to do it differently, actually. Yeah, because this is that's not going to have sound.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you got to do it through the video file, share screen video file.
Right. Okay, I did this in the past. That's my bad. Okay. Well, let's start this over again. Okay, let's try this. Let's try this
Oh, I
again.
can't wait to see it. There we go. What's up?
All right. Hey, everybody. I'm Sethosaurus Rex, a.k.a. Seth Alexander Hall, here at the Collect All Monsters Collectors Moment. They selected me for this month's live stream to do a little collector's moment here. I'm going to show you around the Kaiju Cave. The first Kaiju movie that I ever saw that got me into all this stuff was the original Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla.
Oh, that's it.
1974.
Cosmic.
My dad
There it is
actually got this for me when I was 5 years old. I remember he came home from work, still in his suit and tie, and knelt down and gave me this. He said, if you like dinosaurs, you should love this. So I proceeded to watch that all week long and couldn't get enough of it. I remember Mechagodzilla coming down with those aerial assaults, blood spurting out of Godzilla's neck, and those missiles sticking out of him. I mean, I really thought Godzilla was dead, but he overcame that. If that ain't badass, I don't know what is. On the subject of my favorite kaiju movie of all time, this question probably has given me the most difficulty. I'm a musician, I'm an artist, and my tastes change with the seasons, man. I mean, I can like a film and then not like it, vice versa. It can grow on me. So going at first, I don't have it right here in front of me, but Q, I do have the original Japanese B2 poster of Godzilla versus Gigan. Wow. That's right. Then I'd have to go to Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Oh.
You'll love this one. I don't know what's wrong with you if you're in the kaiju. I prefer the American version, but I love the Japanese version too. Godzilla versus Mothra. Had the dream team of Ishiro Honda, Eiji Tsudaraya, and Tomoyuki Tanaka.
I love that
Knocked it out of the park with this. Godzilla was a really good bad guy. Really felt bad whenever he killed the adult Mothra and she died on top of her egg. Really grabbed my heartstrings. Godzilla was really bad A in this movie. Moving on, Godzilla 1985.
Yeah.
Great, gritty, modern. In comparison to all the Showa movies, this one was great, man, because it really showed me how a Hollywood modern remake, I guess you'd say, could be. I wanted to talk about King Kong because without this film here, there would be no kaiju. This film I grew up watching right alongside all the kaiju movies, and I love the fight between him and the V-Rex, Allosaurus, Tyrannosaurus Rex, the flesh eater dinosaur, whatever you want to call it. It was primal and animalistic, and just it really grabbed me. I always sympathized with the monster. Always. I always sympathize with the monster, be it Godzilla, King Kong, Gamera, whoever it is. I'm gonna be rooting for the monster. I've been seriously collecting since I got into this stuff, which was age 5. I got into the Nintendo game, the 8-bit Nintendo game, which was a lot of freaking fun.
Love that game.
Starting, I guess, 95, 96, Treadmasters released figures of
Godzilla
and all that good stuff. Started getting the bootlegs of, Godzilla versus King Ghidorah versus Mothra versus Mechagodzilla. 1993, Space Godzilla, and versus Destroya. I had all those on bootlegs. Paper catalogs from Showcase to Kaiju and Club to Kaiju, Creature Feature Productions. A lot of those were awesome, getting to dig through those paper catalogs, and that's how I got introduced to the Bandai figures and all that good stuff. In 2012, I came up on this fella on eBay, which was the X Plus Wonderfest 30 centimeter Gorosaurus. I got into modeling, got into a lot of the Billiken kits. Here's the Godzilla 1975 Billiken. Had a lot of fun tracking these down,
75
building them,
right there.
putting them together, putting your own little spin on them and stuff. It was a lot of fun. But to answer the question of how long have you been seriously collecting, I would say my whole life. So the first Godzilla figures that I ever had was, surprise, surprise, Jumbo Imperial Godzilla. Had Toho 1985 Imperial stamped on his foot. Everybody loved this guy. I grew up with this guy in sandboxes and my gravel driveway, and he had a lot of battles. And also had the small Imperial. He now is doing the finger. I didn't do that on purpose. That's just how he is now. This guy was supposed to be kind of like a Gigan character.
Dude, that one is so... I remember that one.
I remember that one too.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So this was like my Gigan.
It's like Gigan, but it's not.
When Treadmasters came out, it was just totally awesome. It's the Space Godzilla from the Treadmasters
Right,
line.
Christine?
Some people hate on Treadmasters. I do not.
I used to have that one too.
Oh, yeah.
Number one have to be War of the Gargantuas 1966 Japanese B2
Excellent.
original theatrical poster.
That's beautiful.
We're watching Godzilla versus the Smog Monster, and we
That's
all
the
know
box
at
I
the
had.
beginning of that.
I love that
Ken
VHS too.
Yano is playing with these toys, and he has them in his collection. This is the Jumbo King Ghidorah.
Wow.
Full mark. Jumbo
Nice.
King Ghidorah. Beast. You can just feel the history coming off these, or I can anyway. There's a full mark. Rodan.
Beautiful. That's beautiful.
Standard. Nice example.
Great colorway.
Oh yeah.
Awesome sculpting. This is the Jumbo Full Mark Godzilla. It's a silver fin.
Wow.
The gigantic Burning Godzilla X Plus and the gigantic Shin Godzilla, they're kind of tied, so this is my kind of top three there. All right, everybody, let's gonna wrap it up for this edition of the Collector's Moment for the Collect All Monsters monthly live stream show. Just a big thank you to David, to Leslie, Christine, Kyle, and Jonathan for all their great work. You guys keep rocking and rolling, doing what you're doing. You guys take care out there. Peace, love, and rock and roll. See ya.
All right, Seth. Woohoo!
Awesome.
That was awesome.
Nice.
Jonathan, nice work, man.
That looks
That
great.
That was
Hey, you know-
riveting.
Now,
Though
go ahead.
these are really fun to do, and it's really cool to see different collectors and what they not only what they collect, but giving us a window into their lives and how they grew up with this stuff, because it's always the thing we always love to connect about. And I know Donnie, especially with growing up with Godzilla, that's one of the big things we always talk about is how do we grow up with this stuff? How did it evolve over time, whether it's collectibles or movies or whatnot. And it's just really cool that we're doing this. I can't believe we weren't doing this to begin with. It seems like the natural thing that should have happened from the very beginning, but now here we are. And I would say that for anyone who's watching right now who wants to be involved, or for
We want
future,
you all
just
to do it. All you need.
we
to
would
do
like
is-
everyone to do it. And
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
it's not about who gets up the next. It's basically everyone will get up at some point, but we really want to see your stuff, and we have guidelines, for things that we need from you, and we'll address those and bring you those when the time is right. But yeah, I mean, definitely, if you want to see yourself on one of these, we'd be more than happy to have you on. So just give us a shout out and get a hold of us, and we'll put together one of these videos.
One of my favorite things we've done for the show, this new segment, this new incarnation of this segment is amazing, and it's it's Donnie. You sort of inspired it because it shows the parallels that we all have on our collecting journeys. We all kind of started at some point, and we all ended up at a certain point, and this shows everything along the way. And bravo, Seth, bravo, Jonathan, and bravo to anybody who's gonna do it and who has done it already.
Yes,
So we love it. We love it.
100%.
Yeah, gosh, I love watching those.
Excellent.
Wow.
Wow.
What a show. 3 hours, 11 minutes, coming in
Dang.
at 12 minutes. But it doesn't feel that long. I think
No.
it's one of those, this is, unfortunately for my dogs, this is one of those things that they're just going to have to learn to live with. But that
Sorry,
said, I
Roxy.
think we are going to wrap this one up. Big shout out, huge shout out to Donnie for joining us for this. We loved having you on.
Thank you for having
I
me.
know this is of course not the last you're going to see of Donnie Winter on our channel, because he's
Definitely
always
not.
welcome back anytime to chat with us about what we've got going on. And I look forward to your next appearance, my friend, and I also look forward to seeing you at G-Fest, right? You're going to be there?
I will be there this year. I'm pretty excited.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
And I can't wait to see Leslie's segment in your show.
Yes.
It's gonna be
And Jonathan had a segment, the first episode of the season. Go check it out.
Yeah, opener.
We had a great conversation on growing up with Godzilla.
Indeed.
Good show, honestly. I'm so glad that you have that show running because it's
Thank you.
so good. Yeah, if anyone watching has not watched Growing Up with Godzilla, you have to binge watch all the seasons. It's just fantastic.
And maybe if we could pull it together, we'll do a Pride Month collaboration between Collect All Monsters and Growing Up with Godzilla. But we got to get our butts in gear if we're going to make that happen. So possibly watch for that. That's a sort of a loose end. So we'll see. We'll see what we can do.
All right. Well, unless anybody else has anything they need to cover, I will say for Donny and for Seth, who was in the collector moment, we have all their we have links to their social medias and stuff in the show notes to this. So make sure to check that out. Also, I think one of the things we're going to be doing soon is sort of like refocusing on our TeePublic store, because it's kind of a mess and difficult to find. So we're going to figure out how to make that a little bit better, because I have had a couple people ask me about merch, but that's also in the show notes right now. You can find a link to that. And of course, a link to our Facebook group, the Collect All Monster Collectors. And that's going to do it. We're going to say, until next time, our planet may be doomed, our Earth devastated, the monsters are in revolt, and civilization is in chaos. And together we must unite and collect all monsters. See you guys.